டமுகுட்லா டுமுகுட்லா உடுங்குட்லா டுங்குட்லா தன மட்ட பச்சாட்ட எங்களுக்கு பேட்டு நாங்க நர நர எங்க அடி தர தர எதுக்கு வர வர யாரு இங்க அற கொற வந்தா எதிரி போயிடணும் கதறி அதறி பதறி ஓடிடணும் செதறி நம்ம ஊரு நம்ம கத்து முடிகினு கொஞ்சம் ஒத்து செம்ம மட்டும்தான் நம்ம டிஎன்பிஎல் மாப்பு நம்ம ஊரு நம்ம கத்து முடிகினு கொஞ்சம் ஒத்து செம்ம மட்டும்தான் நம்ம டிஎன்பிஎல் மாப்பு.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Qualifier 2 of Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League 2026 Season 10 just இப்போதான் தொடங்கின மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. அதுக்குள்ள Qualifier 2க்கே நம்ம வந்துட்டோம். முதல்ல நீங்க எல்லாரும் வாங்க வந்துட்டீங்கல்ல? ஓகே, அனைவருக்கும் ஹிருதயம் நிறைஞ்ச ஓணம் ஆசாம்சங்கள். முதல்ல அதை நான் சொல்லிக்கிறேன். ஓணம் நம்ம பக்கத்து ஸ்டேட்டில் இருக்கிற மக்கள், அங்கேருந்து இங்கே நிறைய மக்கள் நம்ம கூட நீங்கள் அப்படியே கூடலாம் இருக்கீங்க. உங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் இன்றைக்கி ஓணம் நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். இந்த ஓணம் திருநாளில் குவாலிஃபயர் 2 நடக்குது. ஆல்ரெடி குவாலிஃபயர் 1 எலிமினேட்டர் எல்லாமே மழையின் காரணமாக அப்படியே கச்சக் கச்சக் அப்படின்ட்டு ஆயிடுச்சு. பட் இன்றைக்கி கேம் ஆகுது நல்லபடியாக இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நாங்கள் வேண்டிக்கிட்டு வந்திருக்கோம். என் கூட இன்றைக்கி ஸ்டுடியோவில் இணைவது ஹேமங்கண்ணா. வெல்கம் வெல்கம் வெல்கம். ஒரே மழை கேம்ஸா பார்த்து
இருங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நான் ஹாப்பி ஓணம்னு சொல்லி விஷ் பண்ணி பண்றேன். இருங்க மேடம், அதுக்குள்ளே அவசரப்பட்டு
சொல்லிருங்க.
அனைவருக்கும் ஹாப்பி ஓணம். வாங்க.
ஓணம் ஆசம்சகள் சொல்லுங்க.
வரல
எனக்கு வரத மட்டும் பேசு, கிரிக்கெட்டை பத்தி பேசு அப்படின்னா. பட் ஒரு டீமுக்கானா மழையினால அந்த கேமை ஆட முடியலங்கிறது எவ்வளவு வருத்தமா இருக்கும். முதல்ல அதுல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சிடலாம்.
அது நீங்க ரெண்டு விதத்துல நீங்க பார்க்கலாம். ஆடாம வந்த டீம் ஹாப்பியா இருப்பாங்க,
பயங்கர ஹாப்பி, ஜெயிச்சோம் அடான்னு இருப்பாங்க.
and the sides which didn't qualify, sides which did not get to compete and go forward, they will obviously feel left out. They will obviously feel bad about it. But I guess with a short tournament like this, with a short turnaround, there's very little that you can do.
And in fact I feel I Dream திருப்பூர் தமிழனை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அவங்க மழைனால ஒன்றும் அவங்க தோத்த மாதிரி எனக்கு தெரியல. நெல்லை ராயல் கிங்ஸ் உட்காந்து யோசிச்சிருப்பாங்க வீட்டில் உட்காந்து, நாங்கள் பண்ண முடியல, மழையாவது நீங்கள் போகக்கூடாது. பட் அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் யோசிப்பாங்களா ஜெனரலா?
I really doubt it. I don't think any player or any team would think of that. I think most times what they would think is that we have played so poorly. Like Nellai would think that shit, we had this, we could have got through. We could have qualified, and we had every chance to qualify by just getting 144. We did not even have to win the game.
Correct.
And they messed up. So I think they'll be feeling bad about that. Rather than I want this team not to qualify, I want this team to be out of the tournament. I don't necessarily think players or the management things on those lines.
All right. But இன்னைக்கு கேம் VIDA Kovai Kings and Trichy Grand Cholas அவங்களோட இதற்கு முன்னாடி போட்டிகள் அதில் தான் மழை இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் இந்த நிலைமைக்கு இங்கே நின்று இருக்காங்க. இன்ஃபேக்ட் VIDA Kovai Kings பற்றி நம்ம போன டைம் பேசினப்பவே நம்ம சொன்னோம். சச்சின் பற்றி நம்ம நிறைய பேசிட்டோம். மறுபடியும் அவரை பற்றி தான் நான் பேச போகிறேன். சச்சினோட ஷாட்ஸ் எல்லாமே அற்புதமாக இருக்குது. அண்ட் இன்னைக்கு இது ஒரு முக்கிய போட்டி. இந்த போட்டியில் ஒருத்தர் முன்னேறுவாங்க, ஒருத்தர் எலிமினேட் ஆவாங்க. அப்படிங்கிறதுனால இன்னைக்கு சச்சின் அவரோட கேமை கொண்டு வரதுக்கு என்னென்ன பண்ணணும்?
இல்லை, ஆக்சுவலாக இதான் the problem is most times people start thinking, oh, it's a league game, it's a big game, it's a playoff, it's a final and XYZ. At the end of the day, it's a cricket match. End of the day, it's a battle between bat and ball. So as long as you can simplify it, as long as you can just keep it to as basic as that, things get easier. நீங்கள் காம்ப்ளிகேட் பண்ண வேண்டாம். காம்ப்ளிகேட் பண்ணுறது என்னென்னா, ஐயோ பிளே ஆஃப் மேட்ச்சு, இந்த மேட்ச் ஜெயிச்சா தான் நம்ம குவாலிஃபை ஆக முடியும், இல்லைன்னா வீட்டுக்கு போக வேண்டியது அது இதுன்னு. அப்போ நீங்கள் பாலை பார்க்கல, அப்போ நீங்கள் பவுலரை பார்க்கல, நீங்கள் ஃபீல்டை பார்க்கல, நீங்கள் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜைஸ் பண்ணலை, நீங்கள் வேறு எதுவும் யோசிச்சுட்டு இருக்கீங்க. கீப் இட் சிம்பிள், வாட்ச் த பால், play the ball, and as long as he can be objective about that, he'll be okay.
And avarum பிரமாதமா throughout the season
he's batting very well.
He's batting very well. In fact, you told அவரோட ஸ்டான்ஸா இருக்கட்டும், அவர் ஷாட்ஸ் அடிக்கிறதா, in fact we even discussed
Sudarshan.
Exactly. And அவர் எந்தெந்த சைடுல அவர் அடிக்கிறாரு இது உட்பட நம்ம போன டைம் பேசணும். பட் இன்னொரு பக்கம் திருச்சி கிராண்ட் சோலா சைடு நம்ம பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா ஷாம் சுந்தர்னு ஒரு ஃபேண்டாஸ்டிக் பேட்ஸ்மேனும் இருக்காரு. அதாவது இன்னைக்கு கேம் நீங்க எடுத்து அப்படி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு டீம்லயுமே ஈக்குவலான the kind of batting-ஆ இருக்கட்டும் bowling-ஆ இருக்கட்டும் இருக்குது.
There's a reason they're in the playoffs. So obviously two good sides who have won, who played good cricket. Without playing good cricket, you really can't be here. And speaking of this lad, I think if I'm not mistaken, he got 100.
Yes.
He's got 100 in Dindigul, and I saw a little bit of him at the Chepauk games, and which happened like the previous 2 days. And he's a bit different to Sachin, very different to Sachin. Does not play square to the wicket, looks to go more leg side, looks to go more towards the long on region, mid wicket region. loves the slog sweep. I don't know if we have the wagon wheel, but the wagon wheel will tell you the same thing that I'm speaking of.
Correct.
He loves that region. He's
Yeah.
a ball striker.
Correct.
He is a bit like a Tushar Raheja who likes to strike the ball. Tushar goes in front of the wicket. This guy goes over long on and mid wicket. And Sachin is more point and behind point. But different style of play. But I think it's worked for all of them.
Correct. And in fact, அவரோட no look shots எல்லாம் வந்து அப்படியே அவர் பாட்டு அப்படியே அடிச்சிட்டு அப்படி
And I
நின்னுட்டாரு.
think it's his first season.
Yes.
It's his first season. So for someone to come into the first season and make an impact, I think he would be pleased about it. His support staff will be pleased about it. His
100%.
family and everybody will be like, okay, he's in the TNPL. It's a big occasion for him to get out there on the big occasion and start performing the way he's done. Must be very heartening for him.
And திருச்சிக்கு போன இரண்டு சீசனுமே வந்து அவங்க ரொம்ப நல்லாவே வந்திருக்காங்க. From how we have seen them from the first season to how they have, it has been amazing for them. But இன்னொரு பக்கம் நம்ம விடா கோவை கிங்ஸ்ல I think every time நம்ம இது போன டைமும் வந்து ஷாருக்கை பத்தி சொன்னோம். ஐயோ ஒரு மாதிரி போகுது, இப்போ பாலை கொண்டு போய் யார்கிட்ட கொடுக்கலாம், ஜாத்தவேத் இங்க வாப்பா அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி கொடுத்துட்டாரு. நாட் ஜஸ்ட் ஜாத்தவேத், along with மணிமாறன் சித்தார்த், அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் in tandem, especially after the power play till the death overs, அவங்க நல்லாவே வந்து அழகா economically இருந்திருக்காங்க.
So I don't know if it's a strategy, but it's worked out in a way that the first power play is sorted by him, by Siddharth Manimaran. The first 6 overs is where he bowls about 3 of the overs.
Yeah.
So there's control over there at the top. And then the middle overs is when Jataved comes in. In that 9 over spell in the middle, you've got Jataved to bowl about 4 odd overs. So both those stages of the game are well looked after by both these two spinners. And I think Shahrukh is in a good space as the captain to have control with these two guys. Most times with a shorter format, the challenge for the captain is how do I maintain control of the game? How do I manage the pressure handling? And luckily enough for him, both these guys do a good job.
100%. And especially எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது என்னன்னா அவங்களோட செலிப்ரேஷன் தான். ஒவ்வொரு டைம் வரும்போதும் சைடு ஒரு செலிப்ரேஷனோட வரான் அப்படின்னு தான் நான் கேள்விப்பட்டேன்.
I've known him for a very long time. He's been with Chepak Super Gullies for like many years. And at times I'll tell Saidu, bowling மட்டும் போடுறா டேய், கொஞ்சம் கம்முன்னுறா, எதுக்கடா இதெல்லாம் தேவை கிடையாது. இல்ல ஹேமங் பாய் செலிப்ரேட் பண்ணி ஆகணும் ஹேமங் பாய். Like okay, be yourself, do what you feel like doing.
Actually இன்னைக்கு கேட்டேன், போன டைம் வந்து இப்படி பண்ணி இன்னைக்கு நான் விக்கெட் எடுத்துட்டு பண்றேன்க்கா நீங்க பாருங்க அப்படி he told. So I'm 100% sure he is going to do that. But இன்னொரு பக்கம் yes, ஒரு பக்கம் விடா கோவை கிங்ஸ்ல இந்த ரெண்டு bowlers பிரமாதமா பண்றாங்கன்னா அந்த சைடு வந்து the fast bowlers அதிசயராஜ் டேவிட்சனா இருக்கட்டும் ஈஸ்வரன், especially in the death overs, அவங்களுக்கு தெரியுது நாங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் வந்துட்டா உங்களால ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண முடியாது, பேட்டர்ஸ் மிரட்டுறாங்க.
True. So I think the way the oppositions have to plan is that these two will bowl the last 4 overs. Yes. These two will be bowling those tough overs by bowling round the wicket, bowling the slower balls. Atisya Raj will bowl a lot of the Yorkers. So you have to be conscious of the fact that you are going to be playing the two best bowlers in the oppositions at the end overs. So you have to try and keep the calculation going. But speaking of the consistency that these two have shown, they probably have been the best death bowling pair for me. By 100%. Far the best death bowling pair for me. And if Kovai has to win this game, they will have to make sure that they're ready for him. Rather them, both these guys, maybe attack earlier, maybe put the other guys under pressure, get them into the game earlier so that they don't have as many overs at the end. But having said that, quality bowlers, they've done very well. 100%. One of them has been there for a very, very long time. The other one has been there for a few years, but they complement each other.
Actually, ரெண்டு பேருமே together 5 years ஒரே டீம்ஸ்ல தான் விளையாண்டுருக்காங்க.
Oh, interesting.
And yes, and they know each other so very well that ஈஸ்வரன் told me, இப்போ சப்போஸ் அதிஸ் அண்ணா வந்து அவர் வந்து நிறைய ரன்ஸ் கொடுத்துட்டாருன்னா நான் அடுத்த ஓவர் எனக்கு வந்து நான் வந்து கண்ட்ரோல் பண்றேன் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி தான் சொன்னாரு. பட் எஸ் நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி both of them being fantastic. இன்னைக்கு விளையாடுற பிட்சோட ரிப்போர்ட்டோட அஜய் சார் வெயிட் பண்றாரு, வாங்க போலாம்.
It's a big day out here. It's the second qualifier. And of course, we had the first qualifier, just 5 overs. It's the same surface as well that was utilized in the first qualifier. Just 5 overs bowled, but looks a fantastic surface. First, the dimensions. Now, 59 meters to my left, 60 meters to my right. So, not a big difference. And 70 meters in front. Looks a really superb surface. As a batter, I want to just bat on this surface. Use the conditions here. The bounce is going to be good on this surface. It's a black soil surface, but the bounce has been really true. We have seen and looks really dry as well. Nicely rode this surface. As a bowler, I think the key is going to be variations. Even for a seamer or a spinner, bowl their stump line. That's going to be the key as far as the bowlers are concerned. Variations are going to be important. Just change your pace on this surface. Overall, I reckon it's going to be a placid track for batting. I reckon the team batting first should really target around 190, 195 batting first.
அஜய் சார் ரொம்ப கான்ஃபிடென்ட்டா பேட்டிங் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 190 195 ன்றாரு.
விட்டட்டோட சொல்லுவோம் போல இருக்குது. But Chepauk has been good. I think it will be a high scoring game.
ஆல் ரைட், நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். ரெண்டு டீம் கேப்டன்ஸும் டாஸ்ல வெயிட் பண்றாங்க. வாங்க டாஸுக்கு போகலாம்.
Vanakkam Chennai. It's Qualifier 2 and it's toss time. We have reached a point of no return. One of these two teams will go through to the final the day after. One is the bunch of merry men from the Trichy Grand Cholas, led by J. Suresh Kumar, and the ruthless and clinical bunch of personnel, led by Shahrukh Khan. We have the match referee, Hemant Kumar. We have the Trichy Grand Cholas toss representative and team owner, OPC Gopinath and Mohammad Jehangir Basha. Territorial Sales Manager, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Tamil Nadu, Team VIDA. We're all in readiness for the big toss. Hemant Kumar to hand the coin to Suresh, who will give it a flick.
Tails.
Tails is the call. The coin's gone a long way.
Tails it is.
It's a tail. And Shahrukh Khan, no wonder it's raining in Chennai. You won 2 tosses out of 2. What are you going to do and why?
We look to bat first today. Obviously, it's a knockout game, and runs on the board always helps.
What have your feelings been around the rains that have been going on in the last couple of days? Of course, it's unfortunate for some others, but it also proved to be fortunate for you.
Yeah, I think that's the advantage of finishing somewhere at the top of the table. The close games that you have to close as soon as possible. We did that, and obviously we were lucky to qualify after the rain in the last game. But pretty happy about that.
Feeling good about your own form leading into this qualifier 2 now?
Yeah, pretty much. When the game's on the line, I like the pressure that comes up, and feeling good.
What's the team composition for today?
Playing the same team.
All right, go well. Give us a good game. Suresh Kumar, toss நீங்கள் ஜெயிச்சிருந்தா நீங்களும் பேட் பண்ணிருப்பீங்களா முதல்ல?
கண்டிப்பாக பேட்டிங் தான் பண்ணலாம்.
என்ன காரணமாக இருந்திருக்கும்?
சிம்பிள், விக்கெட் நல்லா இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குது. ஆல்ரெடி அவங்க கூட செகண்ட் பேட்டிங்கில் வாங்கியிருக்கோம். ஸோ ஃபஸ்ட் பேட்டிங் ஆடலாம்னு நினச்சேன்.
ஒரு 2 நாளைக்கு முன்னாடி மழை வந்தது, உங்களுக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்காம போச்சு ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டாக ஃபைனல் போக. நிச்சயமாக ஏமாற்றம் இருந்திருக்கும். எப்படி ஓவர் கம் பண்ணீங்க?
இல்லை, சிம்பிள், அது கன்சிஸ்டன்சியை பொறுத்து தான். அவங்க எங்களை விட பெட்டர் கன்சிஸ்டன்சியில் விளாண்டுருக்காங்க. ஸோ தே ஆர் குட் டு த ஃபைனல்ஸ். ஆப்வியஸாக அதுதான் கிரிக்கெட்டை எவ்வளோ கன்சிஸ்டண்ட்டாக விளாட்றமோ அது நம்ம ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுங்கிறப்போ ஆப்வியஸாக அந்த ரோல் பெட்டர் தானே.
சில நாள் பிரேக் இருந்திருக்கு. பிரேக்கில் என்ன பண்ணீங்க அண்ட் இன்னைக்கு டீம் நியூஸ் என்ன உங்களுக்கு?
சிம்பிள், ஒரே சேஞ்சு, சரவணகுமார் பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் கணேஷ் மூர்த்தி.
பர்த்டே பாய்.
ஆமாம், அதனாலன்னு இல்லை, இஸ் ஃபிட் ரைட் நவ், அதனால் அவர் விளாட்றாரு. பிளான் சிம்பிள், அவங்க ஜோனில் வைக்கணும். ரொம்ப ஈஸி.
வெரி குட், ரொம்ப அழகாக சொல்லிட்டீங்க. ஹேவ் அ குட் கேம் அண்ட் கிவ் us a lot of entertainment.
Thank you.
Well, that's the news from the center. VIDA Kovai Kings have won the toss and have elected to bat first.
ஃபைனலாக ஹேமங்க நான் சொன்னதை கேட்டுட்டாங்க. நாங்கள் பேட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பண்ணுறோம் நாங்கள் அப்படின்னு. ஒரு முக்கியமான போட்டியில் பேட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அப்படின்னு சூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க.
நான் பேட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் தான் நிறைய வாட்டி நான் ப்ரிஃபர் பண்ணுவேன். and I think they've done the same thing.
There's no changes in their team as well.
Why would you want to change anything when everything is running smoothly and everything is hale and hearty? Why would you want to change anything?
திருச்சியில் மட்டும் ஒரே ஒரு சேஞ்சஸ் இருக்குது. சரவணா இஸ் இன்சைட்.
Yeah, I think someone was mentioning it's also his birthday. Very happy birthday, Sarvana Kumar. Wish you the best. And I get a feeling if you put on runs on the board, if they can get anywhere close to that 180-190 mark, it will be tough to chase that number.
All right, and the 190 195 இன்னைக்கு இங்க வருமா அப்படினு தான் நம்ம பார்க்க போறோம். ஏனா ஆல்ரெடி சுரேஷ் என்ன சொன்னானா, இதுக்கு முன்னாடி அவங்க பேட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பண்ணி நாங்க வாங்கணும் அப்படிங்கறத வேற இப்ப சொல்லிருக்காரு. என்ன நடக்கும் தெரியல. பட் இந்த கேமை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் விடா கோவை கிங்ஸ் பக்கமா இல்ல திருச்சி கிராண்ட் சோலாஸ் பக்கமா?
I get a feeling that Kovai Kings have been here before and I'm going to be leaning towards the Kovai side.
All right, நானும் கோவை பக்கமே அப்ப சாஞ்சிக்கிறேன்.
I know exactly why so.
But yes, let's head to the live action now.
All right, welcome to Qualifier 2. Thank you, Sastika and Hemang, always setting it up for us. As the umpires walk onto the field, Ram and Srinath are officiating in this very, very big clash. The good news is clouds have stayed away because I caught a glimpse of the moon a while back. So that's a good news for all of us here and all gathering at Chepauk. In the game to watch between Kovai Kings and Trichy Grand Cholas. Joining me, of course, is Devan Sen. Welcome, Devan.
Thank you so much, Rupa. Absolutely hoping that there's no rain, hoping that there's a full game, and hoping that it's a cracker because these are two fine teams. They may have been a little bit lucky to get to the stage, at least in terms of how VIDA Kovai Kings made their way across. As we see them walk out, they won the toss and elected to bat, which is interesting. But that's been the trend here in Chepauk since we've come here in completed 8 matches. 5 of them won by teams batting first. Radha Krishnan and Lokeshwar, as always, expected to get them a cracking start.
Yes, this promises to be an exciting contest. Some very, very good performers on both sides. Of course, Aditya Raj Davidson is going to open the attack for Trichy Grand Cholas. Remember, Kovai Kings won the toss. Another 2 in a row for their captain Shah Rukh Khan, who was tad unlucky in the Dindigul leg, and he opted to bat first. I just got a glimpse of Sanjay Yadav walking by with his with him mic'd up, so I'm guessing we're going to listen to him as well in a couple of overs from now. So it's all in readiness. There's a nice bit of gathering also who come out to catch this very, very critical, almost a semi-final.
Yeah, the two previous playoff games, two things have been common. It's been Rupa and myself opening the commentary stint, and it's been the third over where the chat begins with the on-field player, and that's when the rains come. So let's hope that third time is lucky in terms of not getting any rain and getting a full game in. Also, very, very happy birthday to today's birthday boy, P. Sarvana Kumar, included in the Trichy Grand Cholas scheme of things, 37 years young.
He's been of course, that's one of his teammates. Anthony Das, someone like Saravanan, he's been around so long.
Ready? To go. Play.
All right, bangs it in. Short for the first one. Krishnan trying to reach out, but misses it.
A bit of early movement and some lift as well. It's relatively a new pitch. We saw this in Qualifier 1, but we only got, what, about 4.5 overs in the entire game. So it's not a used pitch in that sense, unlike some of the other ones on the square. A bit of movement, and that should interest the other seam bowlers. Interestingly, Trichy have gone in with a seam-heavy attack. We saw Anthony, we've got Ishwaran, and we've also got Sarvana.
Oh, but this one, Radhakrishnan launches into this. He frees up his arms for an amazing 6. Sharp lines, clean finish. Ready for another big performance.
Absolutely. He has come into form in recent times. Maybe not the big scores that many would expect from him, but he does provide those rapid starts. The two of them, pocket rockets in size, but the way that they go about their big shots, that's been quite impressive. Radhakrishnan, perfectly good timing, 74 meters, good enough, even if the boundary lines weren't brought in as much as they are. Outstanding start this.
This one is Fuller, right on his toes. They managed to take a single to give Lokeshwar the strike, but yes, clean hitting. That was very well timed by Radhakrishnan. Didn't have to use much power on that one.
Yeah, this is what we are witnessing, and it's got a nice little sheen on it. That's always suggestive of a good batting surface. Nothing much in terms of what bowlers might expect. Maybe a little bit of movement early on with the new ball. That's always normal. But that should only last about the first 2 or 3 overs. After that, it should really flatten out and become pretty good batting conditions, which is why Trichy Grand Cholas won't mind losing the toss either. They should know that if it's a full game, or even if it's a slightly rain-interrupted game, it could suit the team batting second as well. So this should be a great match.
And keeps it tight. Lokeshwar gets off the mark. Like you said, immediate movement there. So you would expect a little bit of caution earlier on, just choosing the deliveries. But not this time. Radhakrishnan really picking this one right.
Yeah, just IOB analysis to show how he accesses the ball. Just takes a couple of shimmies down to the pitch. He realized that the first ball was a bit short of a length, and that's what he was preempting yet again. And that's why he got closer to the pitch of it and then just swung through the lines. Again, suggestive of a great batting surface. Slip has been dispensed with now.
Oh, he edged that one, curved backward point. If slower one that. Absolutely dropped the pace down from 130 to 95.
TNCA and their officials, the president also on the left of screen in the light blue shirt, Many, many congratulations to all the office bearers for the near completion of an outstanding 10th edition of this magnificent event.
Full toss and launches that one across and over the long on fielder, but manages to pull it back. Does Sanjay Yadav. Fantastic effort to end the over. First over gone. 8. Is it 8? 10 for no loss. Watching Qualifier 2 at Shriram Capital TNPL Season 10. It's Trichy Grand Cholas versus Kovai Kings, VIDA Kovai Kings. Of course, VIDA Kovai Kings batting first. And it's been a good start for them. 10 of the first over. A couple of big hits in there. Ishwaran maintains that same line, little fuller. You can just see the ball swerving in.
And that's a big contrast between the way that he bowls. He's been outstanding, one of the best bowlers of this tournament. Outstanding economy to go with the number of wickets that he's picked up as well.
Yes, that's the TNCA president here. He has to be proud of another very, very well executed TNPL edition. All smiles. This one swiped across. Yet another single. Ticking along our VIDA Kovai Kings.
Yeah, 5-4 field to begin with to the two right-handers. He's got those three fielders inside the ring on the onside. He's got short fine. He's got mid-wicket. He's also got a mid-on. Alongside that, he's also got deep backward square. Ah, there the clouds come.
I promise the moon was right there. I promise you, yes. See glimpses of her. It is promising unless clouds stay there. Slow this one. Foxton faster than the previous delivery, but missed it.
Yeah, change-ups to begin with. Does come around 120 to start with the new ball. Gets the ball to just angle in a bit naturally. But this is how he's been bowling his average trajectories on IOB analysis. When he's got pace on, it just tends to go a little bit further. But when it's pace off, because it's slightly slower, just pitches a little shorter. But then that's how it reacts. Because it's pace off, it just tends to go a little higher. Tends to just roll his fingers over the seam.
A similar attempt. The fourth delivery too. Tempting the batter to try and drive through it.
It's clever because it's very difficult to predict. Pace on, pace off. Wickets, 10 of those with pace off, which suggests how effective it has turned out for him right through the season. And that's why he's probably the biggest threat actually for the VIDA Kovai Kings. If he can strike early with the new ball, then this VIDA Kovai Kings team, which hasn't had a lot of joy through that middle order. Shah Rukh Khan only got that substantial innings in the last league game. They could come under pressure, especially if Sachin has a bit of an off day.
Similar one again, this one edged, a thick edge going by. That's the thing about Ishwaran, and even if he doesn't get that breakthrough, he sets it up very nicely, as he did in the previous games for Aditya Raj, who might have gone for a few too many, but thanks to a tight Ishwaran over, sets his partner up really well.
Yeah, back of the hand slower ball, 3 of those in succession. Second ball was at 122.6. Since then, it's all been just about 102, 103 or so.
Wider, drives over, covers, and manages to get it across the ropes for a 4, as secure as Shriram's life insurance plans to wrap up this over. 17. Cholas.
VIDA Kovai Kings 17-0 இருக்காங்க. மக்களே இந்த முறை நம்ம கூட சஞ்சய் யாதவ் இணைஞ்சிருக்காரு. சஞ்சய் வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம் வணக்கம்.
பேட்டிங்லயும் இம்பாக்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க டீமுக்காக, பவுலிங்லயும் கலக்கிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. TNPLக்கு முன்னாடி ஏதாவது சபதம் எடுத்து வந்தீங்களா இந்த வருஷம் அடிக்கிறேன்டா அப்படின்ட்டு?
அப்படியெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் இல்லை. ஒரு ஆஸ் கிரிக்கெட் பிளேயர் எல்லாருக்குமே ஒரு ஆசை தானே, ரெண்டுமே நல்லா பண்ணோம். பால் அதிசயம் நல்லா இருக்கு.
ஆஹா விட்டுட்டாரே. உங்க டீம் தான் இப்போதைக்கு ஃபீல்டிங்லயும் கலக்கிட்டு இருக்கீங்க, பெஸ்ட் இந்த பவுலிங்னு சொல்லலாம். அந்த மைண்ட் செட் எப்படி இருக்கு டீமுக்குள்ள?
ஆக்சுவலி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அட்மாஸ்பியர் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு. அவங்க ரோல் எல்லாருமே, ஸோ அவங்க ரோல் நல்லாவே எல்லாருக்குமே, ஸோ அதை யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. ப்ளஸ் ஆஸ் பவுலர் வந்துட்டு இவங்க பவர் பிளேயர் நல்லா போடுறாங்க, டெத்லேயும் சூப்பராக போடுறாங்க.
பவர் பிளேயில் பயங்கரமாக போடுறாங்க, டெத்லேயும் போடுறாங்கன்ட்டார் அவர்.
मिडिल नांग
मिडिल में नहीं இருக்கீங்க कंडिपा। संजय, आपने कहा रोल की बात की थी आपने,
हाँ,
कि आपकी भूमिका थोड़ी सी अलग रहती है, क्योंकि आप ऐसा नहीं कि नंबर 3 पे हमेशा बल्लेबाजी करती हैं, कभी बल्लेबाज आप नंबर 5 के भी बन जाते हैं और आप ऊपर से ऑलराउंडर भी हैं। तो कप्तान आपको कहते क्या है मैच से पहले कि आप अपनी क्लैरिटी कैसे बरकरार रखते हैं?
कप्तान एक्चुअली देखा जाए तो कुछ नहीं कहते हैं, उनको पता है कि मैं एक्चुअली 10 ईयर से TNPL खेल रहा हूँ। अरे 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 तो पता है कि क्या करना है, और मैं हर जगह पे खेल चुका हूँ, ओपनिंग से लेके नीचे तक सब जगह पे खेल चुका हूँ, तो अब तक इतना तो पता चल ही है कि हेलो,
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल, यहाँ सुन रहे हैं हम सभी आपको।
और एडवांटेज क्या है, ऐसे ऑलराउंडर रहने से आपको अगर बॉलिंग डाल रहे हो तो क्या करना है बैटिंग में पता चल जाता है, और अगर आप बैटिंग कर रहे हैं तो बॉलिंग में पता चलता है कि विकेट कैसा है, इस विकेट पे कैसे डाल सकते हैं, ये सब थोड़ा ऐसे ऑलराउंडर बहुत एडवांटेज है।
You're never out of the game, are you?
बॉल यार रनिंग है। अरे यार,
It could have been very interesting. Now Sanjay, we all want to know the dynamics in the family as well. Do you pull your brother's leg as to his performances on the field, or you talk about cricket off the field as well? How much of an inspiration has he been to you?
Yeah, we both shares everything, but even when it comes to family, even if he takes my wicket, even our mom or dad will tell him that why are you taking his wicket, you can take in any other wicket, like that. Even mom used to tell me also, even I have to 2-3 times this wicket, so it's quite a fun playing with my brother.
அண்ட் சஞ்சய், கடைசியா கேட்டே ஆகணும், கலாய்ச்சிங்களா உங்க அண்ணனை? அதுதான் கேள்வி இப்போ.
ஆமா ஆமா.
என்ன சொன்னாரு?
யாரு? பிரதரா?
சோனு யாதவ் என்ன சொன்னாரு?
இல்ல அவன் கொஞ்சம் அந்த மேட்ச் தோத்தனிலேருந்து எதுவுமே நான் சொல்ல, ஹார்ட் லக் சொல்லிட்டு தான் வச்சிட்டேன். ஸோ வேற ஏதாச்சும் இருந்தால் கலாய்ப்பேன் நிறையா, கொஞ்சம் இந்த மாதிரி அந்த மாதிரி வச்சுன்னா பெருசா ஏதோ இது பண்றது.
ஓகே ஓகே, தேங்க் யூ so much சஞ்சய், தேங்க் யூ so much.
தேங்க் யூ
என்ஜாய், ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட்.
தேங்க் யூ.
அண்ட் மக்களே, 22-0 நினைக்கிறாங்க. சஞ்சய் யாதவ் ஒரு கிளாரிட்டி.
Right, at the end of 3 overs, 22 without any wicket. Start of the 4th over, Saravanan at the crease. He's coming into bowl this one, but of course we were joined by Sanjay Yadav in the previous over. Spoke about how it's really good to have someone, of course, chip this one behind. Appeal there. This was what happened in the last ball. It was a nice conversation with Sanjay Yadav. Spoke a bit about how it runs in the family and how there's a bit of ribbing there, but he didn't poke the bear too much after the Nellai loss. And there, it's a bit of a scramble to start the over.
Yeah, good start for Saravanakumar. Very first ball just jags it back in. Not high pace, but good enough to just cramp the batter for room. And then forces them to scamper through for that leg by. Nifty footwork, but he would have been safe, I suspect. This is a tidy start from Trichy Grand Cholas. Even the last over, even though it produced that boundary, apart from that, it was just the one single. As we take a look at that lovely IOB buggy camp. Beautiful pictures. And a decent crowd, and hopefully there'll be a few more filtering in before the evening is through.
Again, tries to get this away, but doesn't, and he manages to do so. He gets it between the fielders for a 4. What a shot. Not as quick though, in comparison to Shriram instant goal loan.
Yeah, he's been the aggressor, principal aggressor thus far, Radhakrishnan. For him, 2 4s and 1 6 in this innings thus far. And taking that initiative this time as well. Not quite off the middle, as Rupa was mentioning, but good enough just finding that gap. He knew that there was ample space in the onside, and now that's been plugged. There is a mid-wicket in place, so a slightly straighter 5-4 field, much like it was initially for Ishwaran from this end.
This one again, he drives it hard, but of course, doesn't find enough on it.
Yeah, IOB analysis, how Radhakrishnan just adjusts his ability to strike against different speeds. Waits a little longer when it's a little slower. And the bat also comes with a slight lift, which is more towards the onside, which allows him to impart a bit more power on it. It's not been in evidence in that previous shot.
Again, he tries to reach out on this one. Fuller, this Yorker, wide Yorker by Saravanan. Yes, that's the thing I was noticing about his, the way he negates different deliveries. He's obviously takes his time, has a very, very heavy lift because he wants that power against the slower deliveries. And then he's quick with the shorter one, faster ones.
And both Saravanakumar as well as Atisai Raj are getting this lovely away shape, which has bothered both batters.
Continues to do so. That one came in and again moved away slightly after pitching, keeping them guessing. Radhakrishnan 21 of 15 at this point, but the pace is really keeping the two quiet.
Yeah, improving in pace this one, and that late movement as well. Completely beaten. In fact, a bit of a Hail Mary in the end. Comes down the wicket, hoping to play on or to play that angle with which it was coming down, but it pitches and just deviates away. Beautiful bowling from the experienced birthday boy.
Is relatively worry-free at the end of the over. 29 for no loss.
Oh, that's
fifth over coming up, and we've got another pacer coming in, Anthony Das. A good last game. In fact, the one game over here where he took a couple of wickets, gave us a bit of demonstration of those push-ups. On a high. Again, maintains that first delivery. Somehow, Radhakrishnan manages to get a bit of bottom edge on it. Cuts it for a 4.
That was a crucial four. Be prepared for crucial moments in life with Shriram Chits, and that's exactly what he's done. He's backed away, but then he's found Anthony Das also just compensating and going wide, and then he just slices it over. Because this is the power play, and there are still field restrictions, that's a safe shot, and in fact it's almost gone all the way for 6. Outstanding timing on that. Another very experienced player, Anthony Das. In fact, Trichy Grand Cholas. A lot of players on the wrong side of 30, but that also brings with itself a lot of experience, especially in T20 cricket.
Experience like the way he delivered that one. Again, Radhakrishnan. The score looks like he's comfortable and he's getting those big shots in, but occasionally gets carried away too. Gets foxed. There's some credit to the bowling. The pacers so far, all 4 of them, been sharp.
Trichy and their impact subs. Possibly we'll see the big man walk out, Jafar Jamal, when they come in to bat second. And it might be a bowler, it might be a spinner or a pace bowler for VIDA Kovai Kings.
Again, tried to swivel and get this away but couldn't. But they do manage to get a single.
Yeah, this has been a good pullback. You don't really remember a big expensive over as yet in this innings. The first over went for 10, but after that it's been quite tidy thus far. VIDA Kovai Kings opting to bat, would have wanted an explosive start. This has been a very measured beginning to begin with.
Yes, they've kept things quiet, under check. The occasional boundary, of course, but things have been under check, and credit to them. This is, of course, match number 25. Hits it hard, cuts it over. There is a fielder coming underneath it, but the ball is swirling, and that's why it's dropped. Yeah, Jay Kaushik. It was a tough one that the ball was swirling a bit and he was running backwards.
Yeah, but he's a top fielder. He'll be very disappointed with himself. He did all the hard work. He actually got underneath it, but just didn't judge it to perfection. Yeah, he was still on the move back and ended up falling way short of him. Just needed to be a touch closer to the ball to complete that catch. But that's a big life because Lokeshwar hasn't looked comfortable at all. And that should have been a precise reward for what has been an exceptional first over from Anthony Das.
He hits this one a little cleanly, but to the fielder and long off. That's what, I mean, this was a difficult one, but like you said, Kaushik, he's taken stunners in the past. We've seen that over the different editions of TNPL. He's one of the most reliable hands to have in the field, especially in that position. He loves actually even being along the ropes. He's taken some high catches too.
Rupa, what we were seeing there earlier was Radhakrishnan and his series thus far. Short bursts of scores, but nothing substantial. Highest of 38.
Oh, he manages to flick this one. Manages to take the pace off for a boundary to end the over. 41. Again, without a wicket.
VIDA Kovai Kings 41 for no loss after 5. They're off to a good start. Radhakrishnan and Lokeshwar. This is what happened last over. Moving right outside the off stump, looking to play that scoop. Picked up a boundary with that shot. The last over of the power play. They might want to get past that 50 number. 42 is where they are now. Both batters set. Radhakrishnan once more off to a start. Batting on 26. Lokeshwar slightly on the slower side, but still has got off to a start. 13 against his name. Doesn't time it, will get away with it. Got the inside half of the bat and luckily enough fetches him a 4. Did not get any middle of the bat. Lokeshwar gets a 4, but he knows that it came off the inside half. Runs nevertheless. Bowled nicely by Sarana Kumar, recognizing that Lokeshwar is off to the leg side. Followed him a wee bit. Did all the right things just to be on the wrong side of things. Nicely bowled. I'm Hemang Badani here. Alongside me is the effervescent Suhas. Good evening.
Thank you and good evening, Hemang. Good evening, everyone. It's a very different assignment this for Trichy Grand Cholas. They've never struggled to pick up a first wicket. It was almost their birthright, isn't it? In the power play, picking up a couple of wickets against any opposition, not to be today in the big qualifier. Did create an opportunity, Anthony Das, but Kaushik puts it down. Will this be taken or will it be asking too much? Oh, spectacular effort that. I thought there was a bird in the way as well. He had to manage so many things, but well done. Didn't let the ball go past him.
Again, the outside half of the bat. The last time around was inside half. Jay Kaushik, one of the better fielders in the TNPL, gave it all. Putting in the dive and the slide at the end. Still didn't make it. Was a bit far. Another slog here. Not holding shape. Lokeshwar. Been an over of luck. Hasn't really timed one shot so far. Either be in the inside half or the outside half. And they're still gone for 8.
Hasn't been his most fluent innings, yes, from Radhakrishnan, but he's still out there and that's what matters. Spoke too soon. No, would you believe it? Another opportunity goes begging, and it couldn't have been easier. This time, culprit Shyam Sundar. Sarana wants to look the other way. End of the power play. 49 for no loss. VIDA Kovai Kings 49 for no loss with 18 dot balls, 6 boundaries and a 6, but what it doesn't tell you, there's 2 lives, 1 for each player. Radhakrishnan, simple catch, put down. Lokeshwar, slightly difficult catch, put down.
This is a shocker. I have to say, this is an absolute shocker. He wouldn't want to see this ever again. Do not go back and see the replay, young man. Do not see the game after the day is done. That was as easy as they come. Anyways, he's got to move ahead. There's a lot of cricket left in the game. He left to bat in the second innings. One of the main batters for the TGC side. Right, change in bowling. N. Selvakumaran.
Will spin be the answer to Trichy Grand Cholas' efforts to pick up their first wicket? 50 comes up, and it's been a fantastic power play as far as the VIDA Kovai Kings are concerned. Among some of the shots that you see, very power play-esque shots. Otherwise could have been in trouble, but power play, the ball goes for 4. And a couple of very crisp hits as well. Oh, this one doesn't carry. It's been that kind of a day so far for the Trichy Grand Cholas.
I'm quite keen to know where have these lads had their lunch and the breakfast. There's been a lot of luck with these 2 lads since the time they've come into bat. This one another day would have carried to hand, does not carry. Falls short. And we've already mentioned a few times about the drop chances. My fellow commentator has voiced it many a times. Someone please find out, where did they have their lunch and breakfast?
Terrific. A tinge of authority as well from Lokeshwar. Not scared of using his feet. Selvakumaran wanted to follow him last time around. This time he's got to follow the ball for as secure as Shriram's life insurance plans.
Using the arm ball, but Lokeshwaran was ready for it, using his feet, getting closer to the 3-meter mark to play that shot. Getting closer to the ball.
In the air for painstakingly long time. But today, this insurance that Lokeshwar and Radhakrishnan have signed up for, called Insurance Against Catching, they're still paying the premium for it. So no problem, they cover it. He's quite content with the single, even though initially the call was for 2. Selvakumaran also creates half an opportunity, 8 to the over, 57 for no loss. For no loss. Sanjay Yadav, left arm spinner once again. 7 wickets with an economy of 7.7. We were speaking to him earlier. His role is much bigger. Always, of course, he's very experienced. I just feel it's much bigger today, also because Ganesh Murthy is not in the starting 11.
They've gone for the extra seamer. President of the TNCA. They've gone to Saravana Kumar, experienced bowler.
Had to be taken, not to be on the big day. This, the simplest of them all. Dancing down the track, Lokeshwar is breathing fire. Biggest hit and his best hit.
Lovely use of the feet. One more time, we saw it the previous over, went over extra cover. This time around, over the long on region. Had the legs. It's gone the distance. It's gone into the dugout. It's a pretty big 6, 86 meter. Again, it'll be around the 3-meter mark, exactly so. Generally, the left arm spinners, the spin options will look to bowl at about the 4-meter mark. With him using his feet, getting closer to the ball, makes it that much more easier to elevate and play those shots.
He's got to re-bowl this one. Sanjay. The 2 more runs added to the tally without a ball being counted. Well, Lokeshwar danced down the track once again. You had mentioned that he's short in stature, loves to play the back foot shots a little more. Wow! Just creates the angle as well. Lokeshwar's toying with the bowling at this moment. And trust him to smack a 4 like that, just like Shriram Chits.
He's had the luck to start with, but he's making it count. Again, going deep into the leg side. Have a look at him outside the leg stump to create that room, to go over the offside. Does it beautifully. And cricket smarts at the end, taking a single of the last ball. 15 of the over, 73 without loss. I beg your pardon, I just jumped the gun a wee bit. There's another ball to go.
It's that right delivery in between. Sanjay wouldn't mind if the over ended there. Are they coming back for the second? No. Settling for a single. They've got 16 and it's sweet indeed when you get it in that way. 73 for no loss. 6 options used so far and not a wicket in sight for Trichy Grand Cholas. Doesn't happen usually. They pride themselves in picking up wickets in the power play. Not to be today. Sharp lines, clean finish and ready for another big performance. The Gillette dugout has done its job again. Gillette, the best a man can get. Mr. Trinavakarasu, you got the best a man can get. Rajkumar has thrown the ball to Rajkumar here, Suresh. That's another throw of the dice as well. 5 wickets so far. He's got to create that magic. It's not like opportunities haven't come their way. They've not held on to it, the Trichy Grand Cholas. And they haven't chosen a great night to be so-so on the field. It's qualifiers too. Very nicely done. Lokeshwar accepts whatever pace is on offer. Guides it so gracefully. Doesn't want to hurt the cricket ball. What a shot. Quick like a Shriram instant goal line.
Lovely cricket shot. Saw the width, saw the room, and all he had to do was open the face of the bat and pick up another 4. Places it beautifully between the short third and the point fielder.
Raises to 42 of 23. His highest this season.
Once more again, having another look at it, getting closer to the ball, staying leg side of the ball to access the offside. I happen to have played with his father, a lot of cricket with his father, who was my school senior, CK Suresh, and a prolific Tamil Nadu player himself. Unluckily, didn't get to play for the Tamil Nadu state team, but if I remember correctly, played for the India under-19. Left-hander, just like me, and a top fielder. Good person to learn some cricket from. Also went into coaching for a while. Now you see his little boy.
It's coming off the bat beautifully today. This was Radhakrishnan who was edging the ball quite a bit initially. That has changed as well. Great sign for the VIDA Kovai Kings. 31 of 24 versus Dindigul Dragons. 42 not out of just 24 in this game. What a night he has chosen to get his highest total. Previous best versus the Chipox Super Gillies was a tad bit slow for his liking. 40 of 39. He has been getting starts. Mr. C.K. Suresh Kumar, former junior state cricketer from Santom High School. Did representative cricket for Tamil Nadu and served as a selector for the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association. And of course, great friends with Hemant.
My senior, helped me when I was a young boy. Interestingly, also helped my son when he went to coaching after that. 9 gone, 83 for none.
Power play, check. Middle overs, beginning of it, check. So far, the VIDA Kovai Kings have been mighty pleased with what they've achieved. 83 for no loss in 9 overs. They haven't been infallible, but those runs are valuable, no matter how they come. Trichy Grand Cholas, the captain trusts another over for Sarana Kumar.
In fact, he's had to force himself to bring him back because of Sanjay Kumar being expensive the previous over. And there's no Ganesh Murthy, as you mentioned earlier, so he's got to go to someone else to try and squeeze those overs in the middle overs, because he's quite clear with the end overs. He's got Atisya Raj and Ishwaran for the end. It's this phase that he'll have to find those options for his side.
Slower delivery, but he's picked the bones out of it. Radha Krishnan joins the inside-out party that Lokeshwar was hosting. Such a smooth hit, just like Gillette, a best a man can get.
Picks the slower ball from the hand itself. He's seeing it nicely, Radhakrishnan. In fact, both these players are seeing it very well now. It's a big game and these two have come to the party. 89 on the board in no time. They're going almost at 10s and over. This looks very ominous for the Kovai side.
Third comes in. Oh, terrific shot. That'll be 4 more. Radha Krishnan knows the field better than Suresh at the moment, the opposition skipper.
Wow, what a shot. Outstanding cricket shot. Both these batters have left the offside. They've peppered the offside. Once more inside out over the extra cover region. Boy, oh boy, are they on song.
Some reprieve for Sarana Kumar. Imagine bringing your best bowler back because you want to stem the flow of runs and he goes for 10 of the first 2.
Was a bit surprised actually when he had Selva Kumar just bowl the lone over. Didn't bowl so badly. Went for 8. Went straight up to Raj Kumar after that. Maybe would have been prudent enough to have Selva Kumar bowl another over then. He's got a Raj Kumar who's gone for runs. He's gone to Sanjay Yadav who's gone for runs. Saravana Kumar already 11 of the 3 balls. He may well have to go to his 2 best bowlers. Atisya Raj, and that'll be another 4. Another 4. They're picking the fielders. Both these batters know exactly what's happening. They exactly know what's the bowler looking to do. They were looking to go on the offside. They had an extra fielder on the offside, had a long off and had the square leg inside the circle. Lokeshwaran reading the play and doing it nicely, playing it over the short square leg for another boundary. 15 already of the over number 10.
Wasn't an easy catch, yes, but it still felt like he reacted a tad bit late. Surely the coach would have put that down in his notebook.
I don't want to ever be in a coaching academy where you are the coach. You are far too critical and far too harsh.
All this while I thought you were the taskmaster. The scouts are watching. You got to put your best foot forward and the players know that. They're not too far away from a contract at a higher level. This is a beautiful platform that Shriram Capital TNPL gives them to prove their mettle. Gloriously driven for 4 more. Not an iota of doubt that it's going to go for 4. 100 comes up for the VIDA Kovai Kings in style. 20 of it. 103 for no loss.
That's how important this partnership has been for the VIDA Kovai Kings in their qualifier. It's a semi-final here, a virtual semi-final against Trichy Grand Cholas. Both of them have struck their highest individual score in this edition so far. 48 Lokeshwar and Radhakrishnan. And to take us through this next passage of play is Shibani Bhaskar, who's going to come in just a bit. There were a few chances that went amiss earlier. Can't take anything away from the Pacers. They've been as clinical as they could. This was the previous over, of course.
Hey, good evening, Rupa. Sublime. From Radhakrishnan and Lokeshwar. They've been on song.
Oh, those are the kind of shots, those are the kind of deliveries that we're talking about. That's the first wicket for the Trichy Grand Cholas. One of those tame dismissals we didn't expect. Rajkumar bringing that breakthrough for them.
Great line. The perfect length. Radhakrishnan looking to play it fine on the offside. Looking to run it down. But only manages a fine feather to the keeper. They get the breakthrough after 104 runs. Radhakrishnan goes for 48, 104 for 1.
That dismissal has brought Sachin B to the crease here. The reason is Radhakrishnan. Clean dismissal. Nicely pouched by Suresh. Clean and easy. Get that first wicket.
It goes off the glove. There's a touch late on it, and I think it bounced a little more than he expected it to. Rajkumar can be a very deceptive bowler. Provided that breakthrough.
Not just it. And it's a 4. Nicely done, Sachin, to get off the mark.
Sensational. You hear sensational, you think big shot. Mighty shot. This one was all class and touch. Plays it nice and late. Seemed like a defensive push, but he finds the gap with such ease. First ball. Nice and easy to pick up a 4.
One of his preferred areas too. Loves scoring. Square behind wicket, squarish. But this one's in front. And rushes for the second, but is told not to. This is what I love about Sachin. Like you said, doesn't have to have those big shots. He's always busy.
IOP analysis brings us the boundaries this season for Sachin. You see exactly what you were talking about, Rupa. 23% behind square on the offside and 23% towards cover. That is his area of preference and strength. So good at maneuvering the ball, depending on the fielders and their angles.
All right, and that's his 50. Lokeshwar's first 50 in the season. That's a huge sigh of relief for this gentleman. And of course, a huge round of applause by his teammates. They know how important this is.
Rising to the occasion is Lokeshwar. We've seen this start. He's contributed in pretty much every single game at a good strike rate. And when it really matters, in qualifier 2, he brings up a very important half century of just 29 deliveries. And his teammates know the importance of this contribution from him.
Puller, but manages to dig it somehow. And that overthrow gives them a single to end the over. They'd love it. 111 for 1 at the end of 11. Right, we're back. And we're watching VIDA Kovai Kings take on Trichy Grand Cholas. It's 1-1-1 for 1.
Initially, Sachin said no. Slightly wayward throw from Sanjay Yadav. This is almost like a forced error from Trichy Grand Cholas because VIDA Kovai Kings are putting the pressure on the fielding side because they're looking for every single run, especially with Sachin and Lokeshwar. Both batters very busy at the crease. It almost seemed like a forced error. You talk about unforced errors and forced errors in tennis. A forced error here for the fielding side.
Selva Kumaran into the bowling attack. They've taken a 2 to start the proceedings of this over. Another reminder for anyone joining in, that opening partnership was their highest ever for VIDA Kovai Kings. What a way to kick off Qualifier 2.
Exceptional. The last couple of days plagued by rain. Trichy Grand Cholas see themselves in Qualifier 2 because of that rain against Madurai Panthers. Madurai Panthers advancing to the final. VIDA Kovai Kings, fortunate of course since they were higher ranked, making it to Qualifier 2.
That's Lokeshwar's 50. Tetchy at a few places. Of course, he was smart. He got those big shots all through, in front mostly. That V zone. Some big hits for him. A few chances went missing too, but he will be happy with that.
Any contribution to your side? Absolutely.
Makes room, comes down, but finds the fielder.
Made a little too much room, I feel, Lokeshwar on this occasion, and that's why it went to sweeper cover instead of going over extra cover. Because we've seen him 2 or 3 times going over extra cover, getting that 4. Suresh Kumar struggling a bit, he's down. I think the throw has hit him somewhere. Needs the medical assistance.
Tried to collect that ball. Shebs, you want to see this through?
Bad bounce. It's pitched between one of the pitches.
Yes, and standing by as always, our very trusted TNPL's medical partner right through this tournament. Kaveri Hospital, that's the number you got to dial. 4000 6000 to your aid. But I titter at times while doing commentary. One, of course, because Shebs is a little witty. And the other, our director. He keeps coming in there with those one-liners occasionally.
Unfortunately, we're not able to bring that to you, our viewers. IOB analysis, Radhakrishnan and Lokeshwar. Air dismissals in match number 20, which was the group stage game against the Trichy Grand Cholas. It was the slower delivery. But tonight they've had other plans. They've had good shot options for the slower delivery outside off stump, and even on the stumps they've created room at times.
They've played aggressively. They've taken their chances. Of course, there were a few dropped catches, a little tough. A couple of them, definitely the one that swirled over Jay Kaushik, but they've taken their chances, and that's what it means. You take those risks, you get the rewards.
Oftentimes we talk about bowlers and fielders doing their homework to set the field according to the batters. There are plenty of bowling options utilized by the Trichy Grand Cholas, but this was a perfect example. IOB analysis showed us that Radhakrishnan and Lokeshwar have done their homework against this bowling attack and this opposition. Because Ishwaran, Adisaraj Davidson, they do bowl a lot of slower deliveries. Ishwaran, even in the power play. And they had the right tools to combat that.
Ooru just punched it. Didn't follow through that much. Signaled just a single.
Rajkumar in the field doing his part. Stop the ball, most important thing. Slightly slippery conditions, looks like. Humidity.
Going down the track there, but just enough to take yet another single. Your thoughts on how they've paced themselves so far? You look at someone like Sachin, Shebs. you have this aggressor at the top, and then you have someone like Sachin in the middle. How critical has he been for VIDA?
Extremely, and he's able to pace his innings according to the situation. If he's losing partners, he is able to manage that to perfection. This is a conversation that we will continue. They're looking for the 2, putting pressure on the fielder. They take 1 for the throw to end this over with 8 runs, 119 for 1.
We're back to qualifier 2. VIDA Kovai Kings marching on. They did lose that wicket. 48, too shy of his 50, his first 50, Radha Krishnan. But Sachin B right here to steady the ship.
Such a vital cog in this VIDA Kovai Kings wheel, Sachin. As we were talking about in the previous over, he is someone who is so versatile.
Swing and a miss.
Able to manage any situation, whether he bats in the power play through the middle overs or the death. He's so adept at finding the right shots. His shot selection has been exquisite this season. Been so calm and composed at the crease. And gives his team so much confidence and the other team jitters.
No jitters in that shot. Just a single though. As we bring you Boost Milkshake High Energy Moments, the new secret of My Energy. It is built for everyday stamina and energy. So a lot of that, of course, Sanjay trying his best not to let loose of his trousers. But, you know, we apologize for that. We had mic'd him up. But yes, a lot of energy coming from Sachin here, clearly. Makes room, but gets that edge over to third man for a wicket. We were just setting him up, Shebs.
Commentators curse perhaps. That's Sachin looking for that shot over extra cover. There's a wobble seam delivery from Rajkumar on this stump. Sachin looking to go over extra cover inside out, made room for it, but takes the outside edge, and a good catch from Adisaraj Davidson. That short third. Can't believe it, but he must go back now. Sachin dismissed for 12, 120 for 2, VIDA Kovai Kings.
And that gets us Andre. The last time he was out, they peppered him with short deliveries. Will that be the same ploy this time? Little Fuller to start things off. He of course gets off the mark.
Rajkumar has the knack of picking up wickets. The 2 wickets we've seen so far tonight. Courtesy R. Rajkumar. Beautifully bowled on the stumps. Sachin does like the offside, and he was looking for that big shot. You can see that high backlift and full finish follow through. Just losing his shape a touch because of the impeccable line from Rajkumar.
Continues to be a tight over this. That's what you want from someone like Rajkumar. When he comes in there, you have a huge partnership in front of you, and he does the job for them.
Brings back a semblance of control. Trichy Grand Cholas. Because it did seem like VIDA Kovai Kings were running away with it. A touch IOB analysis, and his lengths are Raj Kumar. One in the shorter length region, the other in the good length region. So he's mixed it up a touch.
To end the over, 123 for 2. VIDA Kovai Kings, if they go at this rate and if they keep that scoring pattern, that scoring frenzy up, they are slated to touch 200. And when you just see that number, Shebs, especially here in Chepauk, big ground, got the bit of wind going, the conditions are a little edgy. It's a big score to counter.
Brilliant at extra cover. Diving stop. Fielding has been top-notch through the tournament from all teams. A 200 is definitely on the cards here.
Again, Campus for another one. The one thing again that we're seeing about VIDA Kovai Kings, like you mentioned in the previous over, Shebs, they keep that pressure up. Cuts. This one, Andre. Keep that pressure up on the bowling unit.
As you keep picking up those singles and get the odd boundary, already 9 to 10 runs the over. Again, looking to use his feet. But Selva Kumaran coming back for the second. Brilliant running. But Selva Kumaran, great ball from him because he didn't give any width to Lokeshwar. He anticipated what he was going to do. Bowled at leg stump or even outside leg stump.
And the other point we mentioned, contrastingly, I'm seeing the kind of fielding that Aditya Raj also has been doing. As he strikes this one, and a good diving effort there to stop this off, cut this off and keep it just to a single. Anthony this time, the fast bowlers, I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy they're showing on the field. We always speak about how they've bowled and they've come in and it gets a little tiring. This one struck a little hard, and that slight misfield by Sanjay means it's another 4, and an important 4 this one.
Very risky from Andre Siddharth, and what that does when the spinner is in operation, the ball can turn after pitching. And it looked like Sanjay Yadav was setting up for that turn, but on this occasion it was missing. And that's why deep square leg and point become challenging positions and specialist fielding positions. 132 for 2.
You're watching the qualifier 2, VIDA Kovai Kings taking on Trichy Grand Cholas, and we're coming to you across many platforms, particularly YouTube. You've got it in multiple languages, English, Tamil of course, and Hindi. Shebs, you can hear her in here and across in Tamil too. Again, Andre digging it off, and oh, this was a good effort, but it manages to get through to the ropes for Andre. Another boundary to his name.
Valiant effort from Jay Kaushik, putting his body on the line, but Andre Siddharth with wrists of steel. Didn't have the right line, didn't have the space to create that much power, to generate that power, but he has such strong wrists. A whippy shot to pick up a boundary first up.
Another strike. This one was meant to go a little closer to the but he's out. Mistimed the edge, mistimed the area he was going for. Just a touch there, Andre. And Rajkumar gets yet another wicket, comes back from that 4.
Unbelievable from our Rajkumar. Slower delivery this time. Probing line, probing length, and Andre Siddharth going for the big shot. Takes the outer half of the bat, and Jay Kaushik with a well-judged catch. A crucial catch to see the back of Andre Siddharth, who goes for just 12, 136 for 3, VKK.
Here's the tall and short of VIDA Kovai Kings at the moment at the crease. Shah Rukh Khan joins Lokeshwar, and that's because of this mistimed shot.
Very smart bowling from our Rajkumar. He's had the right lengths, right lines, and right pace, depending on the batter. Slight variations. We saw his pitch map so far in this innings. IOB analysis. Such a smart customer with bat or with ball.
Oh, another nicely maintained line and length there by Rajkumar. We're speaking about how this has progressed to this 3 wickets now, Shebs. They started so strong. What do you reckon? I mean, once Sachin went out, was the pressure, did Andre take too much on him without realizing he had a set batter at the other end?
I feel even before that, Rupa, 104 the opening partnership, and then 136 for 3. So they've lost 3 wickets in the span of just about 32 runs. If you look at it, Lokeshwar hasn't faced too many deliveries in the last couple of balls. The sort of start they've had, it's so important when the new batter comes in to recognize what sort of pace they can start at. If you try to go too hard too early, this can happen.
The good news for VIDA Kovai Kings, though, is they've gotten a man at the crease who knows how to power through in situations. Exactly like this one, at this time. Cramped him up a bit, as Rajkumar.
He's limping across to Shah Rukh Khan because he smashed the ball into his foot, and that's going to hurt. He was looking for the big hit. It was the on-pace delivery from Rajkumar, and right on the stumps. The best way to get your eye in is to be at the non-striker's end, and someone like Lokeshwar, who's batting so well, he can take the onus upon himself to be the aggressor, at least for the initial bit of the partnership.
Makes room, whips it across for a single. And that's the end of the over, 140 for 3.
Looking at the IOB analysis of VIDA Kovai Kings converting mistimed shots into 2s. You can see that, of course, they have been helped by a couple of drop catches, but credit to the VIDA Kovai Kings batters for putting the pressure on the fielders. It's a big game, of course. The Trichy Grand Cholas know what's at stake. A place in the final up for grabs. And as we head into the peak of the slog overs with Ishwaran coming round the wicket. Lokeshwar just doesn't get enough on that one. He's found the gap and will get a couple. Was in that gap, wasn't timed as well, so that allowed him to get back for a couple of them. Lokeshwar finally getting his first half century of this season, batting currently on 61. Kovai has been the kind of team that has just, one would say, peaked at the right time, and it's about converting that today. Once again, trying something similar. Ishwaran taking the ball across him, gets a single, and making his way across from the Hindi commentary box is Debayan Sen. Debayan, we are heading into the slog overs. This is the IOB buggy cam. Gives us a wonderful view, as always, of course. Lokeshwar batting on 62. Tell you what, who will be the happiest? Charu Sharma.
I did mention that in the Hindi commentary box as soon as he got his 50, that Charu, wherever he is, hopefully he has tuned into YouTube. Hopefully he switched over to Hindi. And hopefully now he's listening to English, because he's just satisfied Charu's desire right from the start of the tournament. Somebody who impressed him so much but just didn't build on it.
Exactly, and we were discussing Lokeshwar the other day with Hemang as well here in English commentary, and he said he gets off to those starts, hasn't made that big score. And for someone as talented as him, he needs to get those big scores. There are others like Sachin and others who have come after him and have made those opportunities count. But Ishwaran now bowling in the slog overs. Debayan, it's been a pleasure to watch Ishwaran and Atisya Raj bowl in tandem, both with the new ball and the old. But let's reflect on Shahrukh's 50 the other day.
Yeah. Our friend Rupa and I were in the commentary box during this. Happened after a brief spell of Shah's, which just shortened the game and probably cleared his mind out. And Shahrukh just basically came in with that free license to swing his bat. And boy, did he do that that evening. Quite an outstanding innings. But he has to come up with a repeat, because at this moment, Kovai Kings, on the face of it, are in a very good position. But they are in danger of not quite getting up to par score, which one would reckon might well be somewhere in the vicinity of 190, 195 at least.
Slower ball. This is wonderful bowling by Ishwaran. A very tricky customer. And as you were talking about the par score, we had Ajay Mehra at the pitch report today. And as he was saying, he would have loved to put on the pads himself and go out and have a hit.
I think the ball has stopped a little bit though from time to time. Maybe it's because it's a fresh-ish pitch. Speed variations, just one on pace. Everything in the vicinity of 103. So he's actually slower than Siddharth, somebody like Siddharth, who we'll see in action later for the Kovai Kings.
Also, add to that, a different action, so it doesn't make it all that easier for the batters to pick it up, of course. Oh, this has been a phenomenal over, Deba, and just trying to take it across Lokeshwar. He knows Lokeshwar will try to go over cow corner, mid-wicket, square leg.
And generally, this is very clever captaincy from J. Suresh Kumar. The middle overs. At 10 overs, they were at 103 for no loss. It looked like they were heading for a huge score. Once again, IOB analysis of average trajectories. When it's pace off, the ball does tend to just bounce a little bit more, and that's what catches the batters by surprise. So it's all about that little element of surprise. 9 centimeters, significantly high.
Loving all these analytics. He's got to do something different, and he's done that very well. That's a 4 to finish the over. 148 for 3.
Yeah, just that element of captaincy from J. Suresh Kumar. The fact that we know that these last 4 overs will be delivered by Atisya Raj as well as Ishwaran. Although, young Lokeshwar did outfox him in that last ball. Just walked across his stumps and axes the onside. But high risk, high reward in this case.
Sort of knew what Ishwaran was up to. Bowling outside the off stump, taking the pace off, fine leg inside the circle. And credit to Ishwaran though, he's really made Lokeshwar work hard for that. Had he not timed it, who knows, could have ended in a wicket. Now this will be a good contest. What a Yorker. He still managed to scoop it out in the air. Won't quite carry to mid-wicket.
And it's credit particularly to R. Rajkumar, those overs in the middle, with some support from the likes of Selva Kumaran as well as Sanjay Yadav, the odd over from Anthony Das, just making sure that they stayed in the game. They didn't let VIDA Kovai Kings get out of sight. And now it's down to those death over specialists. If they can keep the score down to somewhere in the vicinity of 185, then that will be a battle won in a sense for Trichy Grand Cholas.
And playing the extra fast bowler hasn't quite worked today because Sarvana went for 34 in his 3, has been wicketless. It's hit straight. Long off getting underneath. He'll take the catch. That's the end of Lokeshwar's effort. It was Rajkumar who's a safe pair of hands in the deep, and Aditya Raj does what is expected of him, gets a wicket in the slog overs.
It's a bit of a tired shot from Lokeshwar because this is not a particularly great length. It's pretty much in the slot, and what he's looked to do is he's looked to loft it. May have been better off just playing it flatter, but as it turns out goes straight up in the air, and in the form that he's in, Rajkumar is not dropping those today. Outstanding innings though from Lokeshwar, goes for 66 with our Kovai Kings 149 for 4.
Ambrish, the young man, has walked out to bat. Debayan, he's got a best of 18, but during that innings of 18, we saw that he's got that power. He's done well for India under 19, played a couple of innings. Is someone who really looks up to someone like a Ben Stokes to provide that kind of impact. Now this is a test for the youngster coming in the slog overs. Makes room and he's played it very well. It's timed well, but straight to the fielder. Good confidence in terms of showcasing all the stumps to someone like Aditya Raj.
Also brings in a right-left combination because the other right-hander had to perish. Eventually a bit of a tired shot from Lokeshwar. Quite comfortably taken, but a great comeback again into the bowling attack from Aditya Raj. In fact, just a couple of days ago was chatting with a couple of people around here talking about the potential end-of-season awards, and we were throwing up some names for the emerging player of the season, and a few eyebrows went up when I said R.S. Ambrish, but I felt that he's shown a lot of promise this season. Maybe still awaiting that one big signature performance, at least with the bat. He's already delivered with the ball in one of the matches.
We can see that promise and potential, of course, and that promise and potential was also recognized at the IPL level. Remember that he was picked by the Sunrisers Hyderabad as well as one of the replacement players, and that gave him good exposure. Now looking at the phase-wise acceleration, the second 50 was the quickest, 23 for the VIDA Kovai Kings. The third one, 39, and they've really got to get a move on, and someone like Shah Rukh Khan being there is of course good signs for them. Makes room yet again. It's a low full toss, but it's difficult, isn't it, Debayan, when you aren't that experienced but you have to bat in the slog, and especially someone who's been one of the finest of Shriram Capital TNPL.
Absolutely, and that just made me wonder, maybe it would have been a better idea to send somebody like a Madhav Prasad, maybe hold Ambrish back just in case one more wicket falls. Because now VIDA Kovai Kings have this risk. They haven't scored a boundary in a while, not at least in this over yet. If they don't get the 4s and 6s, then there could be a situation where wickets start tumbling again.
Exceptional over. On the money, right through. Aditya Raj does what he does best, 153 for 4. Is the phase of the innings where you want to go into the Manhattan and not in the suburbs, Ryan. He's launched that over long off. It goes all the way for a 6. Maybe this is the beginning of the surge that the VIDA Kovai Kings need.
Yeah, he's read that like a notebook. It was a back of the hand slower ball, but it was also quite wide of off. And that's what he has feasted upon. Not look to keep it down, and he's also used that angle to his benefit. Not look to hit very straight, just tried to go towards long off, and he knows he has the strength to clear and clout it over, and he does it quite effectively. 88 meters. That's more like it. VIDA Kovai Kings need a few of these big hits.
Well, one brings another. He's just tickled it past short fine for a 4. Just had to work the pace of the bowler and get a boundary. So a good start to this over for Shahrukh.
Yeah, Ishwaran needs to pull things back. Outstanding previous over, but this over has started so well. Very wide of the crease, probably overcompensating a touch in terms of line. And that's exactly what Shahrukh has used. Also picked up the on-pace delivery. Beautifully played because there was a fine leg in place, but he evaded him perfectly.
So that's 10 runs of the first 2. The bowler under pressure. He's got to finish well now. Ensure that there isn't more damage. And this is the kind of feel that they have for Shahrukh. We know that he loves to go down the ground and of course over the leg side, standing deep in the crease. A pace of delivery, will push for 2, won't get it.
And I've used a phrase which you can explain our viewers the cricketing significance of in one of the promos, which was about the 2 bowlers, but we'll talk about that in a little while. This is IOB analysis of Shahrukh using his reach to great effect. Just the fact that he is able to access balls which are way outside his arc as well, and it's just that raw strength of his. Massive backswing and even the follow through.
Yes, and when he gets going, he fights fire with fire, as we just saw in that visual.
Yeah, perfect segue into the phrase I used. Just to repeat after this ball, and feel free to use it on comms. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If Atisai Raj doesn't get you, Ishwaran must.
Yeah, wonderful. And that's been the hallmark of the Trichy Grand Cholas bowling, really, Debayan, because they've really worked well as a combination. We often talk about batters batting well together, but bowlers as well. It's all about hunting in pairs.
Absolutely, or go home.
I'm sure no one's got that sign in the crowd, but good to see youngsters, hopefully, maybe in Shriram Capital TNPL edition 20 we will see them. Pulled it across, but they've got protection in the deep.
Let's not forget a certain Mr. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Master Vaibhav Suryavanshi has just raised the bar for the threshold of what we can expect from youth cricketers. So maybe much earlier than that. Season 20 might be too far away.
Oh, absolutely, and he has been phenomenal. In fact, just played the Dulip Trophy recently, got a couple of wickets as well, can bowl. So a lot more expected from the young star.
Which our friend Ajay Mehra no doubt enjoyed calling.
Meanwhile, can Shahrukh end this over well for the VIDA Kovai Kings? Ishwaran ends very well. After being hit for boundaries of the first 2 balls, he's come back extremely well. 166 for 4. Debayan, we were talking about a pass score of around 190. They've got 12 balls remaining. Shahrukh still out in the middle, maybe warming up with those boundaries in the last over. Let's see what they've got, but it's not going to be easy as Aditya Raj is the new bowler.
Just watch how he's dropped even further deep and opened up his stance because he knows he's expecting Yorkers from Aditya Raj.
But Aditya Raj has also foxed him on that occasion. Will push for 2? No, not quite. A good loud call from Ambrish. Oh, did the throw get the umpire there? I hope he's all right. Umpire Srinath, a former player himself.
IOB analysis, the way that he varies his release, and we have often noticed that this is what he does with the new ball, and this just becomes a little slingier as the innings progresses, and sometimes it goes right to what we could call the Kedar Jadhav action almost.
In fact, when he first burst onto the scene in the Shriram Capital TNPL 10 years ago, he didn't have this variation and he's built it over the years. It's obviously required a lot of work in the nets. This is slingy. Ambrish can't do much about it. No batter. Doesn't matter whether you've got all the experience in the world. You cannot do anything about that kind of delivery.
Yeah, it's not particularly quick, but it's very accurate. This is exactly what he's able to obtain because of that slingy action of his, the variations that he has. Once again, taking a look on IOB analysis. The first one, much earlier in the innings when he bowls with the newish ball, he tends to get that little away swing as well. We saw it in evidence in his first 2 overs today as well.
And it's just as if the previous over has been played on repeat and on loop. Call it a replay, call it whatever you like, and that's what Atisya Raj is all about. And he's been that consistent bowler for the Trichy Grand Cholas right through. Remember that spell against the Nellai Royal Kings in Dindigul?
And clever field placement as well, because J. Suresh Kumar realizes that with this angle, the possibility of the ball trickling down towards fine leg gets enhanced. So he's got fine leg quite deep, and he's got him slightly square as well, just in case the ball goes down there.
Once again, Shahrukh can't do much about that. Looking back at his statistics, Devayan, this season, Aditya Raj has got a total of 11 wickets. He just dishes out another Yorker. His economy is 7.29 and he's got a wicket in every game except the first one.
Yeah, and wickets are just the numbers. It's also the kind of bowling that he's bowled. Even in this over, 4 balls, 2 dot balls out of them. Precious as gold dust. It's just making that last over all the more significant now.
Spot on once again. And just looking back at more statistics, Devayan, it's been since TNPL 2022. This has been his most economical season at 7.29. So it's great to find him getting that mojo back and really shining in this year's Shriram Capital TNPL.
And doing that at 34 for somebody who's been in the TNPL right from the first season, that's a tribute to the kind of hard work, as you mentioned. The effort that he must have put in at the nets behind the scenes. And that's something which the youth must look to try and emulate. Beautiful over, perfect over, 3 singles of it. Can you believe it? Kovai Kings 169 for 4.
The platform was set for the VIDA Kovai Kings, but it just looks as if Aditya Raj is the one who's managed to dance on that platform.
Absolutely well said. It's almost as if the train has left that platform because Rajkumar was also so good. But Aditya Raj has just left them a bit of a mountain. To get to that 190 now, they need 21 of this over. Possible but difficult.
Shahrukh Khan has flicked it and powerfully placed it in that gap. That's a 4 that will bring some relief for the VIDA Kovai Kings. Look how deep he went into the crease.
And the delicacy of the shot. We know him to be a powerful striker of the ball, but this was beautifully done. It's just wrist work and it's awareness of the field because he knows that there's a man at deep mid wicket. He knows that there's a man at deep square leg and he's bisected that to perfection with crisp timing. It's a beautiful cricket shot.
The VIDA Kovai Kings supporters and management here, of course, in attendance. Straight down the ground. Powerfully places it in between those 2 fielders at long on and long off. Gets another 4.
This is the best of Shah Rukh Khan. Again, waiting deep inside the crease and waiting for exactly what Ishwaran is doing and responding to it. 2 on-pace deliveries. What are the odds that the next one is going to be a back of the hand one? But you get the impression in the form that he is in at the moment, Shah Rukh Khan is going to be ready for it.
We often say, right, in a big knockout game, they buy and get the runs on the board. Although in T20 cricket, we've seen those notions getting shattered. You called it right. It was slow. It was outside the off stump, hit straight to the fielder. And for the VIDA Kovai Kings, it's better that Shahrukh stays on strike.
Good stop as well from Anthony Das, because there was acres of space which was vacant behind him. Had he misfielded that, would have been at least 2, maybe even 4. But every dot ball counts at this stage. Yeah, as you said, it is a big match. It is a knockout game, which is why there will be pressure. Even if they get to about 185, that's a pretty competitive score, but they would ideally want to go past 190, 195 if possible.
Still standing deep. It's on a length. Has he got enough on that one? A horizontal bat shot. Yes, it beats long gone for a 6.
It's the slowy yet again, but it's Shahrukh who gets the better of Ishwaran yet again, much like the previous over. This is turning out to be an expensive one. The last time around he came back well, but over here his plans are being read to perfection by Shahrukh. Muscles it over. Absolutely brute strength from the skipper as VIDA Kovai Kings get ever closer to that 190 mark, which we have been marking as the bare minimum in this big knockout game.
In fact, in all fairness, Ishwaran hasn't done too badly. It's just been Shahrukh's brilliance. But does it continue? It's gone high in the air. Doesn't seem to have the distance. And Rajkumar is as safe as a house in the deep. A good little cameo by the VIDA Kovai Kings skipper comes to an end.
Yeah, he's probably made the difference between somewhere in the vicinity of 170, 175 and maybe closer to 190 by the time this innings is through. It's the 50th wicket for K. Ishwaran in TNPL history. Many, many congratulations to him. What a superb bowler he has been right through the season and through the history of this tournament. Safe catch yet again for R. Rajkumar, who might have a cameo to play later on with the bat. Who knows? Shahrukh goes for 34, 183 for 5, 1 legal ball to go.
Madhav Prasad will face the last ball. A swing and a miss. And the batters don't try to take on the wicketkeeper. So this is where the VIDA Kovai Kings innings ends at 183 for 5. They may have thought that they could have gotten a lot more, although Ishwaran is a little disappointed by those boundaries in the last over. But 43 in the last 5 just tells you that it's been an exceptional bowling effort at the back end by the Trichy Grand Cholas. Having said that, Diban, VIDA Kovai Kings will also believe that they've got the runs on the board. You can add 10 extra runs in terms of psychological pressure.
Absolutely, and because Ishwaran has been a tad bit expensive, his last 3 overs really going for runs, 35, that tells you that the other end, Atisai Raj actually gave just 8 from those overs. That's incredible stuff, and that could be the difference between Trichy Grand Cholas making their way through to another final or missing out this time around. But in the end, they'll be quite happy with this overall effort after choosing to bat.
The platform was set by Lokeshwar and Radhakrishnan, and after a while Lokeshwar getting a half century in the Shriram Capital TNPL, his first this year of course, Radhakrishnan played some good shots on the rise, getting 48, and then down the order it was Ambarish who delivered, I beg your pardon, it was Shahrukh who got 34 of 18. But Devan, just looking at the bowling figures, it's been a great effort.
Absolutely, and 2 real superstars, R. Rajkumar 3 for 29 and Atisai Raj 1 for 23 from his 4 overs as well.
Sasnika Rajendran is by the boundary. She's got someone for a chat. Let's go and find out who she's got.
VIDA Kovai Kings in opener Radhakrishnan இப்ப என் கூட இருக்காரு. ராதாகிருஷ்ணன், நீங்க ஒரு ஃபேண்டாஸ்டிக் ஸ்டார்ட் கொடுத்தீங்க டீமுக்கு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் உங்க இன்னிங்ஸை பத்தி பேசிடலாம். எந்த மாதிரி பிளான்ஸோட வந்தீங்க இன்னைக்கு?
Thank you. First of all, நல்ல ஸ்டார்ட் கிடைச்சது. We've been doing this for the last 3-4 games and லோக்கியும் நானும் ரொம்ப நாளா இதை பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஆக்சுவலி இந்த மாதிரி நல்ல ஸ்டார்ட் கொடுக்கணும் டீமுக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு glad that it materialized today.
And 104 partnership அப்படிங்கிறது, this is the highest partnership this season from the both of you. And நீங்கள் எப்போல்லாம் ஒரு நல்ல பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்களோ, அந்த துவக்கம் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்களோ, the team has gone on to win. என்ன பேசிக்கிட்டீங்க விக்கெட்டுக்கு நடுவில்?
எஸ், இப்போ நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி தான், இப்போது ரொம்ப நாளாகவே இந்த சின்ன சின்ன ஸ்டார்ட்ஸ் கிடச்சிட்டு இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ இது கொஞ்சம் கூட ப்ரொலாங் பண்ணால் இட் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் கோயிங் டு ஹெல்ப் த டீம்ன்றது வந்து ஒரு பேச்சாக இருந்துச்சு.
ஆல்ரைட், நீங்கள் பிச்சை வந்து கண்டிப்பாக வந்து படிச்சிருக்கீங்க அண்ட் ஆஃப்கோர்ஸ் யூல் கோ பேக் அண்ட் டெல் யோர் bowlers எந்த ஃபேஸ் ஆஃப் த இன்னிங்ஸ் ரொம்ப முக்கியம்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க?
We've actually started really well, but the middle overs, as always, 7 to 15 overs, and the phase will be really crucial.
Okay.
And we feel actually over 10-15 runs, நம்ம better அடிச்சிருக்கலாம் சொல்லி we feel.
Okay.
But we've been defending all tournament, and we expect our bowlers to do the job.
Alright, thank you very much and good luck for the second innings.
He made a good effort today, getting 48 up top and 184. That's what the Trichy Grand Cholas need to get if they have to make it to the final of the Shriram Capital TNPL 2026. The run chase on the other side of the break. in the qualifier 2 of the Shriram Capital TNPL 2026, the VIDA Kovai Kings have got 183 for 5 on the back of the effort by the openers who set a great platform and then a flourish at the end from Shahrukh. But they were up against an inspired Trichy Grand Cholas bowling attack who didn't give them that margin to swing in the slog overs. Otherwise, that total could have been a lot more. But remember, this is a big game. Qualifier 2, add 10 extra runs in terms of the pressure. Let's look back at what happened in the VIDA Kovai Kings innings as Radhakrishnan started very well with Lokeshwar playing on the rise. As we look back at this innings, time to welcome Rupa Ramani into the commentary box. There were times when Trichy Grand Cholas actually had a bit of butterfingers as well.
That's right, Nishad. I was there when that catch went missing. Lokeshwar, of course, was happy to get off the mark. His highest score here. A little bit of fumble in that middle overs for sure. Not just from the fielders, but from the VIDA Kovai Kings as well. That maximum partnership of 101 was broken by Rajkumar, who seemed to be the man on the job here clearly. He came in a couple of times to create those chances. The biggest one being when he snapped up B. Sachin. Of course, this is that 50 we're speaking about. A great effort by Lokeshwar.
Oh yes, fantastic. And then there was a bit of a stutter as they lost wickets in the middle, and that brought the captain Shahrukh Khan to the middle. Lokeshwar had to work hard to get a couple of boundaries towards the end because Aditya Raj was exceptional. And then we also saw him getting the wicket of Lokeshwar. Safe pair of hands in the deep there. And Shahrukh then decided to attack Ishwaran, which is why he got that cameo of 34 towards the end, and those boundaries truly helping the VIDA Kovai Kings.
But a commendable effort by Trichy Grand Cholas to really restrict VIDA Kovai Kings in those death overs. They've actually been absolutely on the mark here throughout their entire innings, particularly the pace bowlers, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see the economy there, all of them pretty clinical. So many bowlers being used. Aditya Raj, Ishwaran, Sarvana Kumar, Anthony Das, Raj Kumar particularly. 3 for 29. Crucial figure that.
Absolutely, and as a result of that, the Trichy Grand Cholas need 184 in 20 overs. The required rate is a manageable, of course, 9.20, which in modern day T20 cricket you would consider is good. But remember what happened between these two teams back in Natham. Chasing a score around the same ballpark, one would say, the Trichy Grand Cholas had stumbled. J. Suresh Kumar has got the strike rate, a couple of 50s. The captain needs to put in a big performance today. And on the other side, he's got the other Raj Kumar, who's also been among the runs this year, 283.
A lot riding on this opening partnership. We always speak about how important a strong start can help. This would be one of those moments. It's a virtual semi-final this between VIDA Kovai Kings and the Trichy Grand Cholas, and a lot of how they go in depends on this. And of course, Kovai Kings have gotten their impact player in. Divakar comes in place of Radhakrishnan to boost that bowling lineup and to create that extra pressure on the Trichy Grand Cholas.
Deeban Lingesh is in the attack, isn't the fastest, but very effective. That best of 3 for 14 coming against the SKM Salem Spartans when VIDA Kovai Kings started their campaign this year. And the wicket keepers up to the stumps, Rupa, and it's not very easy to handle someone like a Deeban Lingesh.
Nice and easy wide there, and there's a huge appeal, and he's been given out in the very first delivery. Rajkumar unmoved, trying to walk across to his captain to ask, should I do this? Should I go up there?
Well, a batter should know if he's hit it or not, and they've opted for the IOB DRS.
TV umpire to director. We have a player's review for caught behind, given out on field. I've checked the feet, it's a fair delivery. Front on, please. Can you play that one more time for me? The ball is passing close to the under edge of the bat. Can you have ultra edge to confirm, please? One frame forward. Yeah, satisfied. There's a clear spike as the ball is next to the bat. Bat involved. Raghu, you can stay with the original decision of out. You're on screen now. Please signal.
He's got it right, has umpire Raghu. And that's a big, big blow for Trichy Grand Cholas in their response. Rajkumar goes for a duck. That's 0 for 1. Shyam Sundar coming in earlier than he would have liked, than Trichy Grand Cholas would have liked, and that's because of this.
It's just trying to cut at that one, got that under edge, and it's a very good catch by Lokeshwar behind the stumps. First ball, no sighters in T20 cricket.
Again goes for that one, and it's another wicket. That's 2 back-to-back wickets for the VIDA Kovai Kings. This is disaster. Shyam Sundar nicks it to the first slip.
You can say that again, Rupa. This is absolute disaster. Losing 2 players who have been among the runs for you this season. Again, a tentative drive, and then edges it to Sachin, who makes no mistake at first slip. Deeban Lingesh once again doing the damage up top. Trichy Grand Cholas tumbling, 0 for 2. Boy, oh boy, as Kaushik walks out to face the hat-trick ball, one can only go back and reflect on Shriram Capital TNPL history. This is why he's there. Shyam Sundar, tentative drive, no footwork, straight to first slip. I've got a couple of words for you, Rupa. Someone who has got a hat-trick in the first over of a run chase in Shriram Capital TNPL, Ganesh Murthy.
This is absolute entertainment here. Mayhem for Trichy Grand Cholas. I can only imagine what he'd be going through. Deeban Lingesh on a hat-trick ball here. Oh, and he gets it! A hat-trick in qualifier 2. Deeban Lingesh, you're a champion here because you've just given VIDA Kovai Kings one of their biggest starts this season.
A magical start if ever there was one. Deeban Lingesh, this time he manages to swing the ball into Kaushik quite prodigiously. A hat-trick of the first 3 balls of a run chase, and Deeban Lingesh is at it. The record in chief, 112.2 kilometers per hour. Who says you need to be sharp? Who says you need to be fast? You just need to be on the mark.
And he was. Mixed it up so well. 113, 120. Slow one again to dispatch Jay Kaushik for a duck. 3 ducks here. 0 for 3.
Tell you what, Sanjay Yadav may have been just cooling his heels in the dressing room, and he's just sprinted out and he was wearing his gloves, Rupa. He didn't expect to be there at the moment.
That's the reason why he's here again. Curved this one in. Absolutely smashed it. Broke through that defense, and Suresh Kumar knew. He just didn't see that coming. What a celebration. Everyone running into Deepan Lingesh as he comes in for ball number 4. Another lovely delivery. They stayed in line. And Sanjay Yadav knows he has to. That's exactly how those 3 wickets fell. This was a wider delivery, tempting him to slash at it. This one came in and then, of course, got that edge across. Great celebrations and that hat-trick ball. Beautiful this.
Absolutely wonderful. Fantastic. Talk about a hat-trick of the first 3 balls of the match. Can just think of Chaminda Vas, who did that against Bangladesh back in the 2003 World Cup.
And that's hat-trick number 8 in TNPL is what I'm told. This one, Deepan Lingesh will remember for a while. Sanjay Yadav spoke to us earlier in that first innings. He was mic'd up and he was talking about how important and how good it is to be an all-rounder in these times. Well, if there was ever a chance for, or ever a moment where he has to show his mettle as a batter, well, this is it, Sanjay.
Yes, and it's also about getting the runs quickly, but at the same time, you've been rocked. A bit of sanity now, a couple of dot balls with the batter really getting it on the middle. Last ball of the first now. A change in the field, Rupa can see the fine leg coming up and they've got a sweeper going back on the offside.
Keeps it quiet. At the end of 1, 0 for 3. Well, if you thought you saw off one threat, here's the other one. And someone who's really bowled in tandem with Deepan Lingesh so perfectly all through the season, Siddharth.
And look at that economy rate, 5.3. That's how good he's been. They don't have the slip, of course, but pressure on the captain.
He just lost his balance there.
Rupa, suddenly when you have lost 3 wickets in the first over, it just looks as if the ball is doing everything. Look at that. This is like a proper ball on day 5 of a test match, with the batter may be losing a sense of the turn and the bounce outside the off stump.
Nadu can have that effect. Quicker. Another, eliciting another edge. Kept it down, this one.
Still not off the mark, still not off the mark. You've got to see that they've lost 3 and it's such a psychological battle now.
Oh, this one came in up and wider. Like you said, Nishad, it's a play over the minds here, and we've been showing you this IOB analysis, economy rate. Siddharth so tight compared to the other spinners in this edition. 5.1 is what his economy has been, keeping them really in check.
And that in spite of bowling in the power play.
First run on the board.
And a big sigh of relief. They've got off the mark, but once again, as we were reflecting on this, Rupa, it's such a psychological battle because maybe the ball isn't doing so much, it's your mind really playing tricks on you. It's about how these two really, the senior most players in this team, navigate this phase.
Rightly said. Both of them really veterans of this, of the game. They know, they've done the grind here out at TNPL. Again, this goes across. It's a bit of an appeal. Half-hearted one. Sanjay Yadav smiles to relieve a bit of that tension that's palpitating.
He's just having a word with his Tamil Nadu teammate, the IOB buggy cam, giving us another angle, but the score stays the same.
That's the over. 1 for 3, would you believe it, at the end of 2. That's the score exactly. Trichy Grand Cholas chasing 184 against VIDA Kovai Kings are pegged back at 1 for 3. It's been a fantastic start for the Kovai Kings. Keeping that line tight, right on the stumps and on the mark.
Just looking at the IOV analysis of the amount of swing that Deeban got during his hat trick. First it was away 2.7 degrees, then just about 2 degrees as Sham just wafted at that one. And this was an exceptional ball as it came into Kaushik, who was rooted to the crease. It's just been an exceptional bowling show by Deeban, who's just actually conceded only a single, which was of the first ball of this over, the only delivery in this over so far.
Again, this one a touch wide. Enough on that to get them a run.
Of course, now the Trichy Grand Cholas are the ones who have to take the initiative to the bowling attack. They've got to see that who are the bowlers that they can target. Now that Deeban, we know that he's more effective with the new ball. They've got more bowlers coming in as well. Like Divakar will be in bowling similar lines.
Tries to break free. Just need to get that confidence going at this point. You need to start connecting. You need to start seeing your eye in, building momentum. Not about just going off and trying to get those big shots, but trying to ease yourself in so that you don't let the pressure at any moment completely swing the other way.
And this is what we were discussing earlier. The range of pace, 121 his fastest, an average of 117. The great part is he bowls to his strengths.
Yes, Nishad, smart bowler really. He's not swayed, he's not gone astray even for a moment so far, and he's been in the zone. And that's the reason why they're in trouble here, and that's the reason why the score is 4 for 3.
And they've got to believe that they have got a chance, that they can make it through. Ruba may not be happy for me reminding you about this, about one of the games back in 2016 when Royal Challengers Bangalore had actually bounced back from a similar situation.
We've seen that, Nishad. We've seen that happen in the past. It obviously comes down to the people there, like you said, like we were talking about, the seniors there. It's all in the mind and how you can wrestle that aspect and translate it to showing character with your bat.
Yes, and also consider that this is the kind of opportunity when you can truly stand out. That's what Kapil Dev said about his 175, that he believed as he was walking out to bat at 9 for 4, whatever that score was back then, 10 for 4, that it was his day and he was going to make it count. And he did.
Touch wide, probably the only slightly off delivery in Deeban Lingesh's over, slightly wide, like we said, and wise words that, Nishad.
Yes, and later India, as we know, had stumbled to 17 for 5 in that match against Zimbabwe. It was critical for them. And Kapil Dev has often spoken about it, that he just believed that this is an opportunity to make a statement. Yes, they were in trouble. Yes, the odds were stacked against them, but it was an opportunity. So you've got to look at it from that perspective.
Swing and a miss to end the over, 5 for 3. If you've missed all that's happened so far, you need to head to YouTube where we're streaming TNPL, Shriram Capital TNPL Season 10 as Saidu continues. Again, force that tentative nudge from Suresh, but he'll be happy to get across for another run.
Looking at the IOB analysis, number of balls above 110 kilometers per hour for spinners in this tournament. Siddharth, well, get the pace gun out for him. 27. All others combined, 3.
As another faster one comes, and this one has taken the edge and gone straight into Lokeshwar's hands.
Once again, it's the pace on delivery, 113.3 over 110. So we've got to update our graphic. It's going to be 28 deliveries for him, over 110 in this competition. Look at that. He just tried to play that, and how good has Lokeshwar been behind the stumps. These catches are not easy, but he's in fantastic position.
Fabulous stuff there. Tentatively tried to run it through fine. Sanjay Yadav gone for 1, 6 for 4.
The Axeman cometh. When it matters, he's got to deliver. Known for the big hits, he's going to come in as the impact player. And if ever Jafar Jamal needs to give an impact, it is today. He can't only deliver those short spurts, he's got to bat long today.
He's an impact player. Can he give that impact here? Because he's walking into a cauldron of fire. Like we said, one of the fastest deliveries, this one, number 28, gets that edge, which goes straight into Lokeshwar's very, very safe hands behind the stumps. He's been that way all through. Happy, happy times for VIDA Kovai Kings. A slip comes in here, pressure adding on. And first ball, Siddharth. He's also on a hat-trick. Sends back danger man Jafar Jamal for a duck, and this score is unbelievable, Nishad.
Carnage, absolutely carnage here at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chepauk. The VIDA Kovai Kings seem to be marching into the final. The ball just coming into Jafar Jamal, who's got no sighters. All he can do is just waft his bat at that one and then make the long walk back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers. Would you believe it? 6 for 5. When we were looking back at the VIDA Kovai Kings innings, Rupa, you had said that Rajkumar may get the opportunity to script a cameo. He certainly needs to do more than that.
Cameo? Well, now it's just more heavy lifting, Nishad. And Siddharth is also on a hat-trick here. Can he join his teammate to make it 2 in 1? Oh, plays it off. Rajkumar. To calm our nerves and our heart rate that's raced now.
Phenomenal bowling. The pace on delivery, first getting the edge, and then this one just coming in with the arm, targeting the middle stump. Trichy Grand Cholas in total tatters here as they seem to be heading out of the Shriram Capital TNPL, barring a huge, huge miracle.
Smashes it to point. Look, I'm just wondering what would be going through the mind of the skipper here, Suresh, because this score, it's just so difficult to surmount what it can do to the way you think.
Rupa, you were here. We were here, in fact, back in 2016 during the first ever final of this competition, and Ganesh Murthy had finished the match in that very first over. It was unbelievable back then. 10 years later, neither is this believable.
Siddharth keeping us on the edge of our seats. Again. That's it. Just the 2 runs in this over. 7 for 5 at the end of 4. I did not see this coming. Trichy Grand Cholas in their response are 7 for 5 at the end of 4. I feel like an abacus right now, Nishad. This is easy math for you.
Oh yes, it's quite unbelievable numbers really, and even Deeban 3 for 4 in 2 overs, and the last time these two played each other, Kovai had won by 116 runs.
So you're saying they want to better that?
Well, it looked like a big thumping victory back then, and VIDA Kovai Kings were just turning a corner in the Shriram Capital TNPL because their Natham leg wasn't all that memorable. They got that big win, came here at Chepauk and have really turned it on. If anything, we often talk about teams peaking at the right time in T20 cricket. Look at VIDA Kovai Kings as an example.
Absolutely spot on there. I think that's so important in a tournament like the TNPL. Oh, that is definitely sliding down. But speaking of momentum, it's so critical, Nishad. And VIDA Kovai Kings really stepping up in that regard, because look, when you come into a game on the back of a washed out match, you can be cold coming in. You can be cold, but they've not shown any signs of that.
It's been a fantastic performance in just the way that they've come out to defend this target like tigers. Just getting the ball to move back in Deeban, and exceptional bowling. We were marveling over the way Aditya Raj bowled earlier today, Rajkumar himself, but talk about Deeban and now Siddharth, the way they've bowled in tandem with each other.
Yes, it's been incredible. How they've carried the tag of champion team. How they've showed that they've not slowed down. The momentum hasn't gone off despite a few washed out games. Swished across for a single.
Yes, as expected, when you look at the score, there have been no boundaries in this innings so far. The most successful bowlers for the VIDA Kovai Kings this year, Deeban with 15, Jataved with 13, and Siddharth has contributed with 11. Kishore does well in the middle overs as well with 10. So you can see that they have really shared the workload, all of them.
That's right, all of them. 15, 10, 13 wickets. Touch wide there again. Elicited that edge, but this one goes to the ropes. A little unlucky there. And of course, that is crossing the boundary. Safe and sound, like Shriram's fixed deposits.
Well, it was safe and sound because there was no slip in place. They had got a third man there. He just tried to reach at that one. A tentative shot. This time, fortune favoring the Trichy Grand Cholas.
Beaten. What an eventful stint this has been. 12 for 5 at the end of 5 overs.
Well, the Trichy Grand Cholas are tottering at the moment, 12 for 5. Have really laboured their way to double digits after a hat-trick from Deepan Lingesh and a near hat-trick from Siddharth Manimaran. R. Divakar has been deployed into the attack. Rajkumar has had a sedate start. An entry that usually contrasts with his usual role. Delighted to have Hemang Badani now in the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Arun. My question is, why did they have to bring in Divakar when Siddharth has already had a couple of good overs? And with the side at 13 for 5, well worth a go. Give him another over. Try and pick up another wicket or so.
Jay Suresh Kumar finally amps things up with a Shriram fixed deposit 4. Something that's been in short supply for the Trichy Grand Cholas. The captain now taking the onus upon himself.
Down the leg side was easy pickings for the batter. The wrong line to bowl to Suresh Kumar with that field. As a correction in field now with a deep square again. Wasn't the case the previous ball. Didn't expect this start for sure. Thought they'll come up with guns blazing in the power play. Run out. Oh, I beg your pardon. Stumping, half a stumping chance. Someone did come out with guns blazing, but it was the bowling side.
Scarcely believable what Deepan Lingesh pulled off in the power play. And this man's been excellent behind the stumps. Lokeshwar played a pivotal role in the hat-trick as well. A couple of handsome catches, sharp reflexes, and another glimpse of that. I completely agree with you. Siddharth Manimaran definitely deserved another over. Goes for the scoop there. Jay Suresh Kumar got his front foot out of the line of the stumps, and that'll be runs of the bat. Shriram instant goal, lone 4.
It's off the bat, rather off the elbow. Would love to have another look at this with the hawk. Did it ever get anywhere close to the bat or the glove? Did see the elbow in play for sure. The bounce anyways would have been over the stumps. Leg before wicket out of question.
This time tries to clear mid-on, does it with partial success. Not the greatest of timing. Ambrish looked to cast the ball aside, but it will be referred upstairs, I'm sure. Was rather close to the cushion there.
Looks okay for now. We'll have to see the next frame. Does the ball roll over onto the Toblerone or the boundary cushions? I get a feeling the ball really hasn't travelled any further.
Has saved a couple of runs there. 2 more balls left in the power play. Again, straying down the leg side is Divakar. He's been struggling with his line, which again takes back to the original question. And Siddharth Manimaran is hooping the ball around, not just tweaking it. Why would you take the ball away from him, especially when you have another specialist spinner in Jataved to do your bidding later?
My question is, all of that could come into the picture much later. You've already got 5 wickets. This is your chance to try and close the game, get another wicket or 2 and try and finish off the oppositions. You've just gone to a soft over with Divakar.
And they have copped the price for that, Hemang. 14 runs already coming off it, the most expensive of the innings thus far. Divakar has struggled for accuracy, conceded 2 boundaries, 2 wide deliveries as well. Just going a touch defensive there, Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah. I'm with you on this. A touch defensive is the right word.
Last ball of the power play. Rajkumar looks to swing for the hills, will only find the mid-wicket fielder. A terrific power play for the fielding side, 26 for 5. The power play was rather nightmarish for the Trichy Grand Cholas. It was the VIDA Kovai Kings, thanks to Theban Lingesh's hat-trick of the very first 3 deliveries of the innings. A triple wicket made, and that was followed by Siddharth Manimaran doing considerable damage with his double strike. Some more spin in the offing as Jatavet Subramanian, one of their more successful bowlers, is into the attack. Surprised not to see a slip yet. Good looking back foot punch which will fetch 2 runs for the Trichy captain.
Didn't see this coming for sure. Trichy Grand Cholas have been batting well through the competition. Did not see them. 28 for 5. Good bowling side, VIDA Kovai Kings. They bowled well. A hat-trick, and Siddharth getting back-to-back wickets. Getting Sanjay Yadav and Jafar Jamal. But still way below par, I must say this. Beautifully played. Off the middle of the bat. There was no chance for the fielder. Timed nicely from the skipper, J. Suresh.
Someone as quick as Madhav Prasad is not able to get across the turf, and you do sense that the timing's been impeccable. Length was full, the line was wide enough. Madhav Prasad could do precious little there. Good striking from Suresh Kumar has been the lone a bright light thus far for the Trichy Grand Cholas. Just drawing upon your point, Hemang, about how good VIDA Kovai Kings have been as a bowling side. You see at least 3 bowlers compete for the purple cap. Likes of Deepan Lingesh, Siddharth Manimaran and Jatavet Subramaniam. Given Shah Rukh Khan plenty of ammunition.
That's pretty much the reason why you see them as a whole unit. They aren't just heavily dependent on their batting, they also rely on the seam attack and the double spin of the leggy and the left arm spinner. No doubt batting has come good. The openers coming to the party this evening. Downtown, will skip through, does skip through. A 4 of the last ball, 11 of the over. Trichy 37 for 5.
Well, finally a partnership building for the Trichy Grand Cholas. The captain J. Suresh Kumar and Raj Kumar have stitched together 31 for the 6th wicket. As we see another bowling change, G. Kishore. Again, another VIDA Kovai Kings bowler who's in the double digits as far as the wickets column goes. This was the last ball of the previous over.
Slightly fuller under the bat, and Suresh, I beg your pardon, Raj Kumar Gave it all. Nicely struck. Might get another 4. 4 of the very first ball of the over. Putting the new bowler under pressure. The skipper.
This is excellent tactical batting from Suresh Kumar. Taking on the new bowler, has to ensure that the momentum doesn't sag. They still have a required rate in excess of 11. Met the ball. The contact point was a couple of yards down the crease. Suresh Kumar continues to remain the linchpin. Slashes this time, goes behind square on the offside. Back-to-back boundaries for the Trichy skipper. Suresh Kumar just cashing in on that errant line.
Lovely to watch. This time around, the change in length was slightly back of length, but does not bother Suresh Kumar one bit. Was ready for it. Used the square drive to good effect. Back-to-back boundaries.
Periscope time for J. Suresh Kumar. Didn't exactly know where the ball was headed. Lokesh gave it a very spirited chase, but will fetch a run for himself. He's been terrific, has Lokeshwar today.
But good hands, allows the ball to come to him. Doesn't really push his hands towards the ball. Good position of his legs. Have a look at that. Move beautifully. Looks a natural keeper. Couple of lovely catches. One of Deepan Lingesh and one of Siddharth Manimaran.
That's been the standout aspect of his keeping. He's been really good to both seamers and spinners, and not just today. He's been really good throughout the tournament. Has worked very hard on his keeping over these last couple of years. The Trichy Grand Cholas, the dugout looking a touch more relaxed. They will want to avoid an encore of what happened the last time these two teams met. VIDA Kovai Kings had notched up 201 on the board, and Trichy had crumbled to 85 all out in less than 17 overs. Surely wouldn't want a repeat of that. Perhaps a reason why in a crunch knockout game teams want to bat first and bat big.
I'm a big advocate of that. In a league stage game, I'm pretty happy with sides looking to chase, but when it comes to these big games, the playoffs, seen many a time side crumble with a big score put by the opposition. You always want to try and put those numbers, put the score on board and look to defend. Run out chance. Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, he still might have another chance. Not to be. Can't say much. It was the captain himself. 46 for 5.
Five bowlers used by the VIDA Kovai Kings thus far, and Deepan Lingesh has inarguably been the pick of the lot with its triple strike. Siddharth Manimaran, of course, wasn't too far behind. This is what happened in the last ball of the previous over. Had Shah Rukh Khan gathered that cleanly, well, Raj Kumar might have had to head back to the dugout.
Had he picked up cleanly or had he had a direct hit, either ways, a run out chance missed. We'll get a 4 outside edge. Unlucky. Nicely bowled by Amrish, but it will show as a 4 against his name.
Gee, that might have been Bittersweet for the bowler, but Trichy Grand Cholas have posted a score of 50 at the moment, a little fortuitously. The bowlers shouldn't get disheartened by that at all. Rish has been one of the more promising all-rounders in the tournament. Has gone for a few runs, but has also picked up wickets. Again, offering plenty of width outside the off stump. Madhav, of course, will cut it down. Just brush the hands, perhaps, of the fielder at the cover region. And this is what Rajkumar and Suresh Kumar, in fact, posted in the previous game. 118 unbeaten runs. Unfortunately for Trichy Grand Cholas, they do not have Rajkumar's services. He perished with the first ball of the innings. Suresh this time gets inside the line of the ball, trickles through to the fence, second boundary in the over, and the captain has gotten a nice move on.
He's liking that extra pace on the ball. It's coming on nicely to the bat, and Suresh Kumar, the lone man standing, puts it away. All of a sudden, he's quickly run away to a 44 of 25 balls. Do we have a comeback in the game? Is there a twist in the game? 6-wicket partnership of 50.
Pulls it this time. Does J. Suresh Kumar behind square? He's relishing the pace on offer, 135 kilometers per hour, and has no hesitation in swatting it away. Ambarish under the pump in his first over.
A youngster playing the big league and feeling the heat. This is men's cricket, and he's learning this the hard way. 18 of the over already, 14 in fact. 3 boundaries and a 2.
Suresh Kumar slashes it again. This time, though, Ambarish will be third time lucky. Madhav Prasad makes no mistake in the deep, and the captain Suresh perishes too shy of his half century. The Trichy Grand Cholas have slipped further into the abyss.
They're falling deeper and deeper into the well. 14 of the over already, looking to go over extra cover. The bat face opening a bit too much, and a straightforward catch to Madhava Prasad at deep covers, and he's pumped up. And why not? Suresh Kumar, the skipper, batted well for his 48, has to go. TGC 60 for 6.
Anthony Das has to really punch above his weight here, and he's come in because the captain departed in this fashion.
Extra cover was where he was looking. Doesn't go in that direction. It's because of the open bat and a straightforward catch. Successful over for Ambarish, 60 for 6.
Well, the Trichy Grand Cholas have a massive asking rate ahead of them. 124 of 66 deliveries. What would concern them is the wickets column. They've lost more than half the side, and Siddharth Manimaran is back in the mix for his return spell. And Hemang Badani and I have been wondering for a while why he was taken off the attack in the first place when he was bowling so well in the power play.
He likes the new ball. He bowls in the power play. Could have bowled over number 6. Back in action to bowl over number 10. Into the attack to bowl his third over. Beautifully bowled. Lovely control, slower through the air. Normally bowls a lot quicker than this. Great control from Siddharth.
Completely agree with you. Shows kind of versatility he possesses. Inviting Rajkumar to hole out to the man in the deep. Sachin makes no mistake with the reverse cup. Held it, looked behind to see. He hadn't stepped on the boundary cushion. And that's wicket number 7 for the Trichy Grand Cholas. M. Siddharth's picked up his third.
Back in action and picks up a wicket straight away. M. Siddharth. Nicely taken by Sachin. Never in trouble, covered it well. Had all the time in the world. Rajkumar, the 7th man gone. TGC in deep trouble at 60 for 7.
The birthday boy Saravana Kumar is at the crease and he has a job and some. Gets the outside edge of the first ball. A bit of a birthday treat from Siddharth Manimaran. A Shriram fixed deposit boundary.
60 for 7 and no slip in play. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You've got the number 9 batter in. You'd rather have a slip than be defensive. You've got one of your best bowlers bowling. Give him a good field. Give him an attacking field.
I can't agree more there, Hemang. This is how our Rajkumar didn't really get going with the bat tonight. Had a very good spell with the ball. And a good catch from Sachin. Making no mistake there. Anthony Das and Saravana Kumar have a massive equation, and it's a bit of an unwanted deja vu for Trichy Grand Cholas. They had a terrible outing against this very side in the league phase when they were bowled out for 85 in pursuit of 202. As lightning struck twice.
Lovely Saidu.
Excellent finish to the over. 6 runs and a wicket. Trichy Grand Cholas 66 for 7.
For a team that has been consistent right through the Shriram Capital TNPL 2026, Trichy Grand Cholas, it's a little disappointing, but quite disappointing as they have stumbled to 66 for 7. As Amrish comes in to bowl his second over. It's a short ball to start, it's a good one as well. And here in the commentary box, we've got someone special joining us as well, someone who has inspired a lot of us over the years. But let's first have a look at the Boost Milkshake High Energy moments. Boost Milkshake is the new secret of my energy. So what are you waiting for? Go and try it now. You've got new flavors as well. Yes, it's a pleasure to welcome someone who has set high standards for us in the world of broadcasting and content. We've got the wide down the leg side, the irrepressible RK joining us here. Welcome RK, and yes, Suhas Vedam as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very, very gracious indeed. Good to see you, Nishad, after a while, and good to see you, Suhas, as well. Not so good to see the batting at the moment as far as Trichy are concerned. They were bowled out for 85 in the fixture, chasing 202 if I'm not mistaken, and then they're 67 for 7. I think it was pretty much done and dusted in an over and a half, where they lost about 4 or 5.
Another short ball. So it's just about formalities now, and so RK, it's of course been an exceptional bowling performance though. As we look at the IOB analysis in terms of the release speed, Amrish is the youngster, and a lot of youngsters have really shined in the Shriram Capital TNPL.
Look at that reaction time, 0.48 seconds. You got to move as a batter, move quickly.
You spoke about the bowling, yes. The bowling has been good. But I think equally when you look back at this particular game, look, I mean, the game is not over yet, so you never say never in sport. But the fact of the matter is the catching wasn't the greatest as well as far as Trichy is concerned. On the field, they dropped the openers very early. You had Lokeshwaran going on to score at almost 200 strike rate after he was, 7 of 7 in the first few overs. He was quiet to begin with, and therefore you can understand those disappointed faces. Suresh Kumar battling lone and hard, but that is not to be. And I think even at the toss, when the captain spoke to Arun, almost got a sense of feeling that they hadn't moved on from the game. Nicely placed, found the gap, didn't do too much, but gets a boundary.
Yes, it was quick like a Shriram instant goal loan, that one. Much needed, Suhas, isn't it?
Absolutely, Nishad. I think they need to play low risk cricket here, and this shot is definitely justifying that tag of being low risk.
In the first 10 overs, Kovai Kings were 103, and you've got about 71 runs here. For the eternal optimist, you might want to just look at it and say, you know what, I mean, is there something remarkable that we're about to see?
Another wide down the leg side as we have a look at a view from the IOB buggy cam. Also, RK, you have seen this tournament over the years, and you being someone from Chennai itself, someone from Tamil Nadu, what has it meant for the people of this state? There have been so many who have come up from this tournament, gone on to IPL, some even have gone on to play for India.
I think it means a lot, to put it, succinctly. And I'm not saying this lightly, because I think a huge amount of effort goes behind the scenes. I think Tamil Nadu Cricket Association has always prided in the way it has organized its cricket. Not just Tamil Nadu Premier League that you're talking about in terms of the various divisions in cricket. You talk about the first division or the second division. It's wonderfully organized. There is a cricketing culture here. We talk about the knowledgeable cricket crowd. But more than that, I mean, you have people that have been extremely dedicated to the game of cricket. They understand cricketers, and I think that is often understated when you look at the sport itself. And I think that's played a huge role in the way things have developed here. Over the top, beautifully played. Where were these shots when we wanted them the most? 77 for 7 after 11.
We've got to rub your eyes to really believe that graphic, because they really stumbled early in the innings. Just looking at the KEI wires and cables electric fielding package, there were only shades of that during the Trichy Grand Cholas fielding performance, but Kovai have been fantastic. Is that an edge? Yes! He just tickled that one and it's gone into the gloves of the wicketkeeper, who has been fantastic. Lokeshwar safe as a house behind the stumps. Siddharth gets another. And a celebration to remember Cristiano Ronaldo.
Hemang Badani in the previous stint was talking about the need to have a slip in place. And I was just about wondering about that. But it didn't need a slip. The keeper picks it up perfectly. Anthony Das goes for 6, 77 for 8 it is for Trichy.
Selva Kumaran walks out to bat, and amidst the ruins of the Trichy Grand Cholas innings, obviously everyone expected a lot better, and M. Siddharth has certainly been one of the bowlers to watch out for. It tickled the glove, and RK, you've got to say, this is like a test match dismissal here.
I loved how Lokeshwar was looking at the line of the ball, because if you just carefully look at how he managed to pick that up, I think that was pretty interesting. He just followed the line of the ball to the tee and then picked it up with tremendous amount of ease. Yeah, slip in place now. Hemang just a while back, as a true coach, was talking about the need to have a slip in place.
Well, when we look back at the KEI wires and cables electric fielding package, LI Royal Kings had a few good efforts, but they weren't at their best overall. But could see the diving stops were there. Rajkumar was fantastic, and Lokeshwar behind the stumps, really setting high standards for his team. 3 catches today, RK, and they were not easy. Deeban Lingesh a little wide, and then of course off Siddharth, the two of them, because Siddharth comes in with a bit of pace.
Really loved the way Siddharth Manimaran has flighted the ball, especially when he's gotten a lot more comfortable.
It's also time to thank our medical partners, the Kaveri Hospital. If you ever need them, dial 4000 6000. It's a 25-year-long legacy of trust, quality care. Talking about trust and quality, VIDA Kovai Kings have got Siddharth.
Final ball of a spell, 4 for 11. 4 overs, 4 for 11. That's outstanding from Manimaran Siddharth. It's 79 for 8.
Deeban Lingesh has now surged ahead at the top of the charts in the Shriram Capital TNPL. 15 wickets, going ahead of Ishwar and his teammate Siddharth. Another teammate Jatave in that list as well. And you're watching us on YouTube. Please subscribe to the Tamil Nadu Premier League YouTube channel, and you can hear commentary in Tamil, English and Hindi.
Yeah, on the subject of wicket keepers, there's one in the background, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Not a bad one at that for sure. Yeah, the reason why I spoke about wicket keepers was Lokeshwar has been excellent behind the stumps, and we've always seen traditionally, I mean, you keep aside Dhoni and he's been phenomenal, but you generally look at those wicket keepers, they're not the tallest. You're looking at the likes of Kiran More in the past, Chandrakant Pandit in the past. Ian Healy was not the tallest of keepers. Yes, Adam Gilchrist was different, Sangakkara was different, but you talk about some of these keepers, nimble-footed, extremely good, not the tallest always.
Absolutely, and another one that comes to mind, had the pleasure of working with him, is Riddhiman Saha. Again, not the tallest, but the best gloves, one would say, and this was what we were talking about. That Deepan Lingesh hat-trick, a great catch behind, and then Sham, tentative poke outside off, a good catch at first slip, and this prodigiously moved in. Kaushik, maybe a bit of nerves with the feet not moving. That edge has flown to the boundary. It's gone quickly across the ropes like a Shriram instant goal loan. And it's been, obviously, it's a tough pill to swallow for the Trichy Grand Cholas, who have, of course, been, one of the teams to watch out for in this competition. So it's now about looking at next year. Yes, academically, the game is still on. You've got to fight as long as you can. They just move across for a quick single and they'll get it. So Harke, we just continuing on the discussion we had earlier about this tournament and the way the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association has always prided itself in the way it's organized events. And you look back at the past, historically we used to have the Pongal test here. We've had some phenomenal matches, a lot of history being written here at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. And it's such a, it's one of the hallowed venues of Indian cricket.
Yeah, absolutely. See, one thing is obviously the cricket that is played on the field, right? I mean, the reason why everything goes on so very smooth is because what happens behind the scenes. And I'm not saying this because it's TNPL. We are sitting here in Chennai talking about TNCA. But overall, I mean, if you look at the infrastructure for starters, if you look at how the operations team work around the ground in the lead up to a competition, you look at the media side of things, you look at the food and beverages, for example, and you look at the overall, outlook, or you look at the stadium overall, and I'm not saying this lightly, it is definitely one of the best looking stadiums in India. And you can say that with tremendous amount of pride. I mean, it hosts the Indian Premier League, for example. I mean, it's just one of the best venues to come and watch and enjoy your cricket. We've been to many venues, you've been to many venues, Nishad. 85 for 8.
Deepan Lingesh comes back after rocking the innings early. 3 for 9 now, 2 wickets to go, still has a chance for a fifer.
And he did all right in the reverse fixture. In the run up to this, when these two teams squared off against each other, 201 was scored, and then 85 was what Trichy managed. Incidentally, they are on 85 as we speak, 85 for 8, which is something that the captain Suresh Kumar was keen to avoid. Even at the toss, when he was speaking to Arun Venugopal, he did mention the fact that they would want to be better.
Just glides that away towards third man for a single. And just to continue, and as we were saying, one of the best looking stadiums here in the list of hat-tricks in the Shriram Capital TNPL. Was fortunate to watch the one by Ganesh Murthy back in 2016 here at this very ground, which came in fact in the final of the first ever competition.
Yeah, those were the days where Chepauk Super Gillies were absolutely dominant in the overall scheme of things. The Patriots, of course, doing well on that occasion. Maybe a single, that's about it.
And yes, just to build on the discussion of this venue and this fantastic stadium that we've got, and the dressing rooms were remade all those years ago, and just phenomenal, the facilities as well for the players, because then you just have to at max worry about what you've got to do on the field, as these men here, gentlemen on the screen, did on their very day. Shuffles across, it's a skyer, sweeper comes in and it just falls in between two fielders. Andre Siddharth was looking at Madhav, Madhav was looking at Siddharth.
For starters, I think when you look at the replay, I thought Andre Siddharth didn't spot it early. He took a bit of time before he went after that. And I thought he was comfortably placed. The way he was moving, even though he started late, he seemed to be getting comfortably under the ball until he probably saw Madhav through the corner of his right eye, and he thought, okay, it's better for a man who's coming in to take that catch. He stands a better chance, and in the process, it happened to be in the no man's land.
Now, as continue to talk about this venue, which is your favorite memory here of all the matches that you may have seen either live or on television?
Well, plenty, to be honest. It's very, very difficult. I mean, you go way back in time to talk about the tight test match. Plenty of moments there. Narendra Hirvani picking up 16 at this venue. I mean, there are plenty. You talk about the test match between India and Pakistan. I mean, that was a memorable one. There's plenty. And then you talk about the games that involved the Chennai Super Kings. They've been plenty. And the kind of roar, the kind of reception that Mahendra Singh Dhoni receives is just unbelievable. It's just not me talking, but you talk to any of the cricketers who have been a part of it, the reception that he gets here is unbelievable. The amount of support is just unbelievable here. So yeah, plenty. I mean, it's very, very difficult. I mean, even when India hasn't played the games between Australia and New Zealand in one-day international World Cups, we've had some tight contests. Just a single, so that's 90 for 8.
Deeban and Siddharth did all the heavy lifting, and which is why VIDA Kovai Kings look well on their way to the final of the Shriram Capital TNPL. That'll be a happy camp there. And RK, you've been a part of a few teams and obviously been around. It's so important to have that good atmosphere, and it just reflects on the field as well.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough, and I am fortunate enough to be a part of Chennai's Super Kings setup. And I think a couple of things play a hugely important role. One is obviously the ownership that matters a lot, especially when it comes to franchise cricket, and therefore the dressing room that you have is also very, very important. For a moment, I thought it was off the pad first and then off the bat. But the only thing I suspect is it could have clipped the bails. So even if they had gone upstairs, maybe it could have been an umpire's call, because the umpire hadn't given anything to that. Yeah, I think those two things matter a lot. And it is something that is not obviously visible to the outside world, that we as a part of particular franchisees are privy to, in terms of how teams are run, and in terms of how the camps are set up, in terms of what happens within the camps. It's just going back to that delivery. Yeah, missing. I would have thought umpire's call to begin with the naked eye, but yeah, technology tells me that it's missing. So it's fantastic. I mean, we look at players on the field. We get a chance to understand by being a part of a particular setup, their personal lives as well, their joys, their sorrows. Look, at the end of it, they're all human beings who come out and play professional sport. I mean, those are things that matter immensely when you talk about any particular cricketer. I mean, any level of cricket, any particular cricketer, or any sporting personality for that matter.
Absolutely, because they bring in their hopes, dreams and aspirations onto the field of play. That's a wide, just digging it in a little too short there, Kishore. And we also often talk about T20 cricket and the fact that it's important for teams to peak at the right time, and it's just the way VIDA Kovai Kings, they were actually struggling in Natham, and then in that last match there against Trichy, got that big win, and since then they just look a different side.
That should be another wide. Just making sure he's trying out a few things you would imagine here. No, I mean, you talk about peaking at the right time. It's not just with respect to cricket, but it's with respect to any other sport. I mean, you look at football, for example. You look at the World Cups, for example. You look at, any sport. I mean, it's just about making sure that you gain the momentum at the right time for you to go all the way, which is what has happened, as you rightly mentioned, with VIDA Kovai Kings.
Gives him the charge and misses. It's not going to be a wide this time. Kishore has bowled those overs in the middle quite often for the VIDA Kovai Kings. What's also really helped the VIDA Kovai Kings is that they've been very good in the field.
What I'm also slightly surprised about, Nishad, is if you're going to bowl this length, if you're going to hurry the batter, and if the batter is anyway trying to hit you out of Chennai, quite literally, why don't you take an extra fielder inside the circle, attack him a bit more? There's 4 on the offside that you can see. Try to go for it, because if you've got 4 fielders in the off, there is nobody on the leg side inside the circle.
Well, we've got Malolan Rangarajan and Aditya Tare in the house today. Malolan Rangarajan, of course, a former Tamil Nadu player. Aditya Tare has played for Mumbai for many, many years. The IOB buggy cam giving us a great view once again here at the beautiful MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chepauk.
And of course, Vikram Chandrasekharan was to the left of Malolan there. .96 for 8 after 15. Make that 97.
.97 for 8, Trichy. They have a long way to go, really a problems morning for them with the 8 wickets falling so far. See the phase-wise scores. In between the 7th and the 15th over, Kovai getting 91, losing 3 wickets. Problem for Trichy was the first 6 overs. Lost those 5 wickets, just scoring 26 runs. Joining with the com boxes, Debayan Sen, Debayan welcome. Walker, he comes in. The first over expensive for him. Backs up.
As captain, I suspect Shah Rukh Khan will be quite pleased with the way that things have unfolded. Not too many boxes left to tick. Maybe just the one. The fact that Kishore and Diwakar haven't yet picked up wickets. Jataved also just that 1 over thus far. But on the whole, especially from that new ball attack. 7 for 25 from 8 overs. Outstanding. As a captain, if you get that in a T20 match, then you're ever so grateful.
Sometimes I always feel that batting first in a crunch game, in a game where you can sail into the final, is always important. Going down the leg will be right as well, just shying at the strikers in. They're coming back for the second. Missing the stumps there. Because they always say the runs on the board, they matter. In a big game, you want to get the runs on the board. That's exactly what happened with Kovai getting 183. They could have also added another 10-15 runs the way they were going about, especially the first 10 overs. After that, of course, we saw that when Trichy, they started, lost those early wickets. Always tough for them because first 3 balls, 3 wickets. One has to give a lot of credit to Deeban, the way he went about, movement that he was getting, shape that he was getting.
Swung away on the onside, fielder in the deep, takes the catch as well. Kishore doesn't make a mistake. It's a reward at last for Divakar. And the dream is just coming apart for Trichy Grand Cholas. 9 down for 99 now as Selva Kumaran has to go.
That's the first wicket of Divakar. The swinging is bad. Yeah, that was uppish and nicely taken as well by G. Kishore. Low down catch, very nicely anticipated. Nadu just having a word with the bowler as well, but he's delighted. Selva Kumaran, the batter, out for 11 of 16, 99 for 9.
Atisaraj Davidson, he's been outstanding with the ball, but this is, I'm afraid, just pretty much the last rites of this game about to be completed. 85 needed of 27. Divakar comes in.
Goes for the big one. That could be taken as well. Fielder coming underneath. And that's taken. And that's the end of this match as well. The way they have sailed into the finals, they are delighted. Winning this game comprehensively, convincingly by 84 runs. What a win for them. They have really sailed into the final in a big way as well. Excellent performance by them.
Yeah, safe hands of Andre Siddharth getting the job done. Cannot blame Atisaraj for that particular shot because the situation was brought to this particular juncture by that man and those men, in fact, in particular. Deeban Lingesh and Siddharth was so good with the new ball. Back of a length, just looking to slog it. Goes across the line, goes high in the air. And Andre Siddharth, as he so often does, judges it to perfection. And it takes VIDA Kovai Kings back to where they belong. They were in the finals in 2024, lost out to Dindigul Dragons. But this time they'll be challenging Madurai Panthers for yet another shot at a title. They have 2 titles before, 2022 when they shared it with the Chepauk Super Gillies, and 1 year later when they actually were champions by themselves.
Yeah, we'll be a very happy captain. Shah Rukh Khan himself batted well. Not to forget Lokeshwar, the way he went about. The start was really important for them. Remember in a crunch game, this got the start, the platform raised by the both the openers, just the way they went about. And Shah Rukh Khan, of course, delighted. You have to feel for Trichy because they performed well throughout the tournament. But today wasn't the day at all. All those wickets and always a big issue when you lose 5 wickets for just 6 runs on the board.
And the turnaround in their fortunes actually came with that massive victory in Natham against this very opposition. 116 runs where they posted 200 plus and were able to skittle the opposition out for 85. And since then, they've just looked like a transformed unit. Not put a foot wrong. The decisions have been going their way. Shah Rukh has been winning the toss on a few occasions. That was something that was completely missing in Natham. And they've just completed the turnaround with this fine victory in Qualifier 2. They were lucky to get through the eliminator because of rain, but there's been absolutely no luck involved. It's just been skill and excellent execution today.
Yeah, you have to feel for someone like Jay Suresh because he himself batted well throughout the tournament. Today as well, he was looking in good touch. Really, it was a mountain to climb for them. They lost those 5 wickets in front. That hat-trick as well by Deeban really did the damage early on. Those in-rows were really important for Kovai. That's exactly what they did and utilized the conditions beautifully.
Yeah, faced with 184 to win, got off to the most horror start ever. 3 wickets of the very first 3 balls. K. Rajkumar, Shyam Sundar, Jay Kaushik, the vice captain, all falling to Deeban Lingesh. And then M. Siddharth also joining in the fun, getting the wickets of Sanjay Yadav and Jafar Jamal, who came on as an impact sub. brief partnership between R. Rajkumar and J. Suresh Kumar, but once that was broken by Amrish, Siddharth came back and mopped up another couple of wickets, and then the final couple of wickets going the way of Selva Kumaran, or rather of Divakar, those of Selva Kumaran and Atishay Raj of the last 2 balls of the game.
Fantastic bowling by VIDA Kovai Kings, and not to forget that hat-trick from Deeban, started off so well. First 3 balls, 3 wickets. Overall, bowling 4 overs, conceding 14 runs. M. Siddharth as well, left-arm spinner, doing really well in this game. Excellent stuff from him as well. Picking up those 4 wickets, a couple of wickets for Divakar, the impacts up. Also Amrish getting a wicket. Jataved, who's done really well, has been wicketless in this game, bowling 1 over, and Kishore bowling the 3 overs.
Batting first after winning the toss, Kovai Kings were perhaps a little disappointed with just 183. At one stage looked like it would be 200 plus. Outstanding contributions from Lokeshwar and Radha Krishnan right at the top of the order. And then Shahrukh with that little cameo as well. 34 from 18 balls, joining in handy. And then the star turn with the ball from Siddharth, Deeban, Divakar and Amrish. Right, let's find out what J. Suresh Kumar has to say, because he is with Sastika.
Trichy Grand Cholas captain Suresh Kumar இப்ப நம்ம கூட இணையறாரு. Commiserations for the loss, Suresh, first of all. 3 விக்கெட் தொடர்ந்து போன அப்புறமா உங்க பேட்டர்ஸ் கிட்ட நீங்க என்ன சொல்லி அனுப்பிச்சீங்கன்னா, அதுக்கப்புறம் திரும்ப தொடர்ந்து 2 விக்கெட்கள் நீங்க லூஸ் பண்றீங்க, நீங்க மட்டும் தான் அங்க இருக்கீங்க அப்படிங்கறப்போ உங்க கூட விளையாட வந்தவர்கிட்ட நீங்க என்ன சொன்னீங்க?
சிம்பிள், விக்கெட் இஸ் டூயிங் சம்திங். ஆஃப் த விக்கெட்லேருந்து ஏதாவது ஆகுது, ஸ்பின்னர்ஸ் ஹோல்ட் ஆகுது. தே போல் ரியலி வெல். ஆக்சுவலாக நல்ல ஏரியாஸில் போட்டாங்க. அந்த டைமில் இட்ஸ் நத்திங் மச். ஏன்னா எல்லாமே ஜஸ்ட் ஒன் மினிட் ஆர் 2 மினிட்ஸில் எல்லாமே போயிடுது. பட் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் கான்ஷியஸாக இருந்திருக்கலாம், அதை தான் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தோம். பட் டே ஹேப்பன்ஸ்.
இன் திஸ் பர்டிகுலர் டே ஐ திங்க் எல்லாமே அவங்க பக்கம் போயிருச்சு இல்லையா? அண்ட் போன வருஷமும் எலிமினேட்டர்ஸில் திண்டுக்கலுக்கு எகேன்ஸ்டாக நீங்கள் லூஸ் பண்ணீங்க. இந்த வருஷம் இவ்வளோ தூரம் வந்திருக்கீங்க. அந்த பயணமே உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு பெரிய விஷயமா இருக்கும் உங்கள் டீமை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். என்னென்ன லேர்னிங்ஸ் எடுத்துகிட்டு போகிறீங்க?
இல்லை, அஃப்கோர்ஸ் நாட். அதை இதை பற்றிலாம் நினைக்கவே இல்லை. ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணதுலேருந்தே டாப் 2ல போகணுன்னு தான் நினச்சேன் ஆக்சுவலாக. பட் அவங்க எப்படி சொல்கிறாங்க அதெல்லாம் டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டு. பட் டீம் காம்பினேஷன், டீம் பஞ்ச் சூப்பராக இருந்துச்சு. சப்போர்ட் ஸ்டாஃப் சூப்பராக ஹெல்ப் பண்ணாங்க. எவ்ரி மேட்ச் ஒரு லேர்னிங்காக இருந்தது. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருந்துச்சு இந்த டீமில் ஆடுறக்கே. ஆக்சுவலாக இதுக்கு முன்னாடி அவ்வளோ இருந்ததில்லை. இந்த டீமில் ஆடுறக்கே அவ்வளோ நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. கேப்டன்சி பண்ணும்போது அவ்வளோ குஷன் கொடுத்தாங்க எனக்கு. அதில் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டீமில் ஜெயிக்கிறோம் தோக்குறோம், அதை தவிர விளையாடுறது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குது.
அண்ட் இன்ஃபேக்ட் நீங்கள் வந்து சொன்னீங்க எங்களுக்கு பேட்டிங் ஃபஸ்ட்டு தான் எப்போவுமே ஒர்க் ஆயிருக்கு அப்படின்ட்டு. இன்றைக்கி வந்து அந்த டாஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு க்ரூஷியலான ஒரு விஷயமா மாறிடுச்சா?
இல்லை, ஆக்சுவலாக விக்கெட் கொஞ்சம் இருந்தது. பட் தே போல் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி வெல். தே அவுட் பிளேட் அஸ் ஆக்சுவலாக.
100% எஸ்.
180ங்கிறது சேஸபிள், பார் தான், அடிக்க முடியும். தே அவுட் பிளேட் அஸ்.
ஐ திங்க் அந்த அக்செப்டன்ஸே இஸ் த பிக்கெஸ்ட் கீ அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நீங்கள் அடுத்த சீசனில் போய் உங்களை பார்க்குறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த சீசனை எங்களுக்கு சம்மப் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா ஒரு வார்த்தையில் இல்லை ஒரு லைனில் சம்மப் பண்ணணும்னா என்னன்னு சொல்லுவீங்க சுரேஷ்?
இல்லை, ஒரு லைனில் முடியவே முடியாது. தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் த க்ரௌட், தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் த விக்கெட், தேங்க்ஸ் டு எவ்ரி ஒன். எல்லாரும் ஒர்க் பண்ணவங்களுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் பெரிய தேங்க்ஸ். இவ்வளோ நல்ல விக்கெட்ஸ், அதுவும் சேப்பாக்கில் ஆடுறதே ரொம்ப பெரிய விஷயம். சூப்பராக இருந்துச்சு அட்மாஸ்ஃபியர். ஃபேன்ஸுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி. நான் 2 டீமுக்கும் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். தேங்க்ஸ் டு TNPL.
தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச். அண்ட் அடுத்த சீசனுக்கு வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
தேங்க்யூ.
Yeah, he can be quite proud of the way that his team fought right through the season, but couldn't have done much about these first 3 balls. Absolute bonkers start from Deeban Lingesh.
Yeah, absolutely. Sham came, he went. Then we saw Jay Kaushik as well. Some really excellent bowling. That was a hat-trick as well. And then, of course, the left-arm spinner, he came into play. And Siddharth, they were picking out wickets. They were, remember, 5 up with just 6 runs on the board. A couple of wickets for M. Siddharth as well. And the pressure was mounting. Yes, Suresh tried his best. He was playing really well. Just trying to stitch a partnership as well. But yes, after that, of course, we saw it, the way Rajkumar as well was batting with him. They were looking good, and runs were coming for them at that stage.
Yeah, this Amrish over, it was proving to be expensive, but this was another big turning point. That catch out, but good captaincy as well. Keeping some fielders behind square, because Amrish does tend to generate a little bit of extra pace and bounce.
And then Rajkumar went, and after that, once again, M. Siddharth coming into his elements, was bowling really well. Wickets were tumbling. Some really good catching as well. That was really the highlight as well for Kuwait. They batted well with their catches, didn't miss those catches. The end was very near as far as Trichy was concerned, and then this happened at the last instance. Raj had to go back. Andre, the catcher, and Divakar getting his 2nd wicket.
So the 2 matches that they played against the VIDA Kovai Kings, if they combined their scores, they would have won today, but they haven't won, which means that this is what it looks like. The final in a couple of days' time will feature the 2018 winners the Madurai Panthers, and they'll be up against the VIDA Kovai Kings, who have been champions twice before. Right, big match, lots of performances. Let's find out all the individual awards with Suhas Vedam.
With a thumping win in Qualifier 2, VIDA Kovai Kings will meet the Madurai Panthers in the grand finale. Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation of Qualifier 2. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the presentation party. We have with us Mr. K. Jayaprakash, Honorary Secretary, Sir MCTM Old Boys Sports Association. Mr. Prakash Ranganathan, Vice President, Shriram Value Services Private Limited. Mr. A.M. Banerjee, Chief General Manager, Indian Overseas Bank. Good people to grow with. Mr. Tyagarajan, representative from Gillette. And last but definitely not the least, Mr. Mohit Surana, Senior Vice President, Shriram Capital Private Limited. It's time to dive into the awards right away now. The first of which is the Shriram Capital Maximum Force of the Match. The winner receives a cheque of rupees 10,000. I request Mr. Mohit Surana to give this away to J. Suresh for his 9 boundaries. A captain's knock showed great resilience despite a top-order slump. The next award, I request Mr. Tyagarajan to give this away, is the Gillette The Best a Man Can Get award for the batter with the highest strike rate. A cheque of rupees 10,000 is waiting for the batter with the highest strike rate, and that is Shah Rukh Khan for 188.8 strike rate. The skipper of VIDA Kovai Kings set an example with a bat, had an answer to so many Yorkers. He was able to dig them out and send it sailing too. I request Mr. A.M. Banerjee to give away the next award, the IOB Most Dependable Player of the Match. The winner collects a trophy and a cheque of rupees 10,000. It goes to Lokeshwar for his 66 in just 44. Took his time in the first over and then accelerated brilliantly. Absorbing pressure in the big game, Lokeshwar delivers a gem indeed. First in front of the wicket, then behind the wicket as well with the gloves in hand. I request Mr. Prakash Ranganathan to give away the Shriram Capital Player of the Match award. A trophy and a cheque of rupees 10,000 goes to K. Deepan Lingesh for 3 for 14. That includes an unbelievable hat-trick.
Yeah, utilized the new ball so well. Excellent bowling performance, was getting a last movement as well. Excellent catching behind the stump by Lokeshwar. Then this wicket with the slip catch there, but the line was so good, and then this was the moment for him. A hat-trick ball.
Congratulations, Deepan. Super figures. இதை நீங்க பிளான் பண்ணிருக்க முடியாது. ஆனா first of all hat-trick எவ்வளவு சந்தோஷப்பட்டீங்க நீங்க?
First hat-trick in TNPL, so special தான் இது. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா ஃபீல் பண்றேன்.
கேப்டன் உங்களுக்கு முதல்ல சொல்லி வச்சிருக்காருல்ல, கீப்பர் உங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி தான் நிப்பாரு, நீங்கள் கவலைப்படாதீங்க, நீங்கள் ஸ்விங் மட்டும் போட்டுக்கிட்டே இருங்கன்னு. லோக்கியோட நீங்கள் ஏதாவது பேசினீங்களா? ஒரு கவுண்டர் சைன் ஏதாவது வச்சுருந்தீங்களா? நான் இப்படி தொட்டா இது ஸ்விங்காக போகுது வெளியே அந்த மாதிரி?
அப்படிலாம் எதுவும் இல்லை. லோக்கி நான் வந்து நல்ல கீப்பர் வேறு. ஸோ அவர் கூட எனக்கு ரொம்ப பழக்கம் இருக்குது. ஸோ ரொம்ப வருஷமாக ஒன்றா ஆடிட்டுருக்கோம். ஸோ அவர் நல்லா பண்ணுவார்னு தைரியம் இருந்தது. ஸோ அதனால் ட்ரஸ்ட் பண்ணி தான் போட்டிருக்கேன் நான்.
கொஞ்சம் டைம் கிடச்சிச்சு உங்களுக்கு, ஆனாலும் இந்த கேமுக்கு தனி ப்ரிப்பரேஷன்ஸ் தேவையாக இருந்துச்சா, இல்லை ஜஸ்ட் another கேம்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்களா நீங்கள்?
ஸோ நாங்கள் எப்படின்னா லீக் ஸ்டேஜ்லேருந்தே நாக் அவுட்ஸ் மாதிரி தான் ஆடிட்டு வந்துட்டுருக்கோம். ஸோ அதனால் இந்த கேமும் நாங்கள் அந்த மாதிரி தான் நினச்சிக்கிட்டு ஆடிட்டுருக்கோம். ஸோ எல்லா மேட்சுமே அப்படி தான் ஆடுறதுனால எங்களுக்கு அந்த ப்ரெஷர் எதுவுமே பெருசாக தெரியல.
அப்படியே ஸ்விங் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருங்க, கிங் ஆஃப் ஸ்விங்காக மாறிக்கிட்டே இருங்க. ஆல் தி வெரி பெஸ்ட் ஃபார் த கிராண்ட் ஃபினாலே Deepan.
தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
Deepan Lingesh, the Shriram Capital Player of the Match. Time now to speak to the winning skipper of VIDA Kovai Kings, Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh, sensational win this. Of course, you're very well prepared for this game. Having said that, when we spoke to Radhakrishnan at the halfway stage, he said we're 15 runs short. Didn't seem so.
Yeah, we were going at 10 and over until the 7th over, but then obviously the death bowling that they have, they've been spectacular in this tournament. Both of them who bowl at the death for them, and we knew that it wouldn't be that easy for us to take on at the death. But I think the middle overs, the way, especially the power play, the way Loki and Radhakrishnan played, I think that set a good platform for us to try and take on the middle overs. But sensational bowling from them at the death, couldn't get going at all.
Indeed, and how awe-inspiring was it as a skipper to have such wonderful lads turn up for you come the big day? Siddharth's doing his bit for the middle order. He took care of the middle order. The opening batters, don't worry, Deepan's someone who always has your back as well. How does it feel to be a captain of a side that always continues to give?
Yeah, pretty happy at the end of the day. we've been playing knockout games in the last 4-5 games, and they've been used to the pressure, so they know that you need to keep things as simple as possible, and that's what we've been planning from the first day. Yes, a couple of matches didn't go our way, but we're well prepared for the knockout games, and from here on, it just keep things as simple as it gets.
One of the biggest boxes that you wanted to check coming into Chepauk was captain scoring runs, and you were brilliant today, especially knowing that they're going to be attacking you with Yorkers.
Yeah, obviously, playing at Chepauk is an amazing feel. We've been, brought up here, and so many camps and matches have happened here. And whenever you come to Chepauk, you wish to score runs. But I'm lucky to get going as soon as I came to Chepauk. But yeah, pretty happy.
Well, very well played with a bat in hand as well. Congratulations on the win. All the best for the grand finale.
Thank you so much.
The winning skipper of VIDA Kovai Kings, Shriram Khan. That's it from the post-match presentation. Back to comms.
Thank you so much. And this is what it builds up to. It's the finale. Former champions Madurai Panthers up against VIDA Kovai Kings. One final time, Shriram Capital TNPL 2026. This comes your way in a couple of days' time. Mark your dates, Friday 28th of August, 7:15 p.m. For the moment, it's good night and goodbye. We'll see you in a couple of days' time from Chepauk.